Oh, I should sign in. That's the thing that I should do.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dorkvision stream. You can watch this stream every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. And you can find our sister stream, the Rime of the Frost Maiden, every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Find my books on DriveThruRPG and the DM's Guild, and you can support me another way on Patreon/TheNobleCrumpet. With the pleasantries out of the way, let's get back to our nice little gala.
The other pleasantries, the facade pleasantries.
Yes, indeed, the gala continues. So, you guys, last time, planned and attended a Taurus's gala. Led into the ballroom where you mingled amongst many guests, met some frivolous sycophants, scared a property mogul, tried to make a deal for a relic from an enterprising merchant consortium member, met a pale-ass druid. Jeez, I'm trying to find everybody. Found out that Varys Barravin and Azaki Ariesis, two of the senators in Allure, one of them seems to be a member of Atorus's Dragonflies. The other seems to be being influenced by him.
Courted, you might say.
Courted,
Yeah.
you might say.
Gross.
The Wraithrin siblings are here. Oh boy, it's gonna be a night, isn't it?
Yep.
As well as Daerith Dalanthan, was a member of the Leaf Crown, but you're not sure in what respect. He just seems to be a military sort of person. Eventually, a Taurus showed his ugly head with Juliana and started dancing on the dance floor with her. Gwyn was watching his shield guardian from the sidelines. Once a Taurus let Juliana go, you guys absconded with her and found out that Juliana wasn't who she said she was. That was a Taurus. And a Taurus, foiling your plans a bit as you were changing in the bathroom and getting daggers from your holes and rabbit goose chase.
I mean, the dude knows he looks good in a dress. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Everyone looks good when you have illusion magic. It doesn't mean a thing.
Exactly.
Also true.
Yeah, a Taurus could be like some neckbeard dude in a fedora. We don't actually know.
Milady.
Milady.
That is true.
Either way, a Taurus had a little proposition for you guys. Instead of wanting to be killed by you guys, weird that he didn't want that option. He offered you guys the puzzle box that Mao had been searching for, and some gold pieces in return for helping him destroy the cult, because it seems to be in his interests as well to destroy the cult of Mephistopheles.
Oh
that you
no,
guys have
I
been hunting.
started this thing and now they're no longer my friends. Please go and kill them. Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah, he seems to be willing to share some information on the cult, as well as get the puzzle box to you, as well as share Juliana's actual location with you to prove that she's okay. And I believe the agreement was that he's willing to let her use the sending scroll every week until the
Every
cult is
day.
defeated.
Pretty sure it was a daily thing. The caveat was that she could not cast the spell herself. Somebody else had to cast it.
I don't think that it was every day.
I think it might have
Let
been.
me
But
check my
if you
notes.
wanna,
We can
Yeah.
fight him for it.
If it's in the notes, sure. I may have misremembered it. I thought it was every week, but that was an off-the-cuff thing.
We have
so.
altered the deal. Pray that we don't alter. We have altered
If
the
I wrote
notes.
that part, there was a lot of notes.
When the
that you tried.
PCs gaslight the DM into their bargain.
I wrote notes.
No, I believe you. I believe you if it's in your notes. All right.
I just don't remember if he agreed to it. I know that's what Boom Crash asked for.
I didn't write the specifics.
I
of
know
it,
that she
never mind.
asked for it initially, and he said that that was far too frequent, and he was willing to compromise.
Okay. I do remember the compromise. And I remember she can't cast a spell herself because I don't know where it's going to go.
Exactly. He wants control of the situation.
No, we totally get that. That he's definitely a fucking weird controller.
So,
100%.
a Taurus, after issuing this offer, having you guys shake on it, He said that he had some business to attend to and went off to go mingle. Meanwhile, you guys are left for the rest of the gala until, I guess, a Taurus calls upon you again in his second power move of the night.
Okay, well, I guess our job now is to just sort of schmooze, stuff our faces, and wait until we gotta do something. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna, and Boom Crash sort of starts surreptitiously looking around because holy shit, she doesn't want to deal with this right now.
Same. Just put your feet up like I am. Just be a slob.
I'm pondering.
I think it was
full
Feral
lobster.
who she wanted to corner.
I believe she's
And-
right next to them, yeah.
Or no. Oh no, she wanted to talk to the blue-haired chick and get a beat on who she was and then
Oh,
go
yeah.
back to Feral.
Yeah.
Okay. I situated the token next to the person I next wanted to talk to. So.
Yep,
Smart.
it makes sense.
Okie doke.
No, you just yell across the gala. Hey, yeah.
You!
Blue hair!
Yeah.
4 elves turn to look. No, light blue! 2 more. Yeah, she is just overlooking the balcony, just watching the ballroom dancers do their thing down there. You schmooze on up to her and do what you want.
Boom Crash sort of like leans down, like against the balcony, sort of mirroring her position. It's like, so seeing anything interesting so far?
She kind of looks absent for a second, and then she looks at you. Oh, me?
Yes. Yeah, sorry. Just trying to strike up some conversation. I'm not familiar, so trying to make some new friends.
Silveranth. Shava Silveranth.
My name is Boom Crash. It's a pleasure to meet you. She holds out a talon to shake hands.
She just kind of looks at your hand and then just nods for a second, and then
Okay.
seems to begrudgingly go out and shake your talon.
Your hand is clammy.
My hand is rough and scratchy because bird talon. But anyway.
Hers is very cold.
Oh, interesting. So, how do you know a Taurus?
Oh, I'm a member of the Council of Moons. It's my duty to come to these sort of things. As a member of the council.
Oh, I believe I spoke to another member. What's his name?
Aquarian.
Sorry. Huh?
Aquarian?
Yes, he's also here, correct? I believe?
Across the way. Do you know him?
I mean, not personally. I just spoke with him earlier this evening. He seemed perfectly friendly. Well, I mean, comparatively so. At least interested in talking about Coral and Lorethian.
Yes, that would be someone that he's interested in. That's his patron deity. Or that deity is his patron. It's complicated. Elven
Okay.
stuff that you don't need to worry about, dear.
Okay.
What brings you to the party, I suppose?
Just trying to reestablish some old friendships and may potentially forge some new connections. So.
Oh, and I am one of these connections?
Well, it's just sort of trying to get the lay of the land. So if you have any interest in travelers and adventurers who can go about and either do errands, or we have a cache of magical artifacts as well, which I don't think is necessarily your interest, but I mean, Aloria is a big town, and I would not want to presume.
I don't have much interest for those sorts of things, or these sorts of things. She waves to the event.
Yeah, I'm sorry to impose that.
I mostly just want to get back to the tower. It's in much need of attendance of late. the winds are being very uncomforting with this war on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it's been rather tense traveling around. What's
you-
the count?
Do you pay homage to the elf gods?
I mean, personally, because of what I am, I've not been particularly welcome, or made to feel welcome in elven circles. But I've had a few encounters with some divinities.
Have you now?
I'm an open-minded sort, I should say.
Well, if your open mind should feel the merits of an elven deity, the Council of Moons is always here to entertain that idea. They are not just the deities of the elves, you know. They are true deities of all things. The wind, the moon, the seas, nature itself, even intangible things like love and trickery.
Oh god, I'm glad that I'm not here. I would have kicked her ass.
It's simply
Really?
another way of looking at things, rather than through the stark views of one god being your ruler, like some people take Hyronius to be, and those lesser shrines.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. How should I best phrase this?
I
Rather
don't care.
dogmatic approach that a lot of the faiths in Allure seem to take seems rather daunting and unwelcoming and inflexible.
I suppose. But to worship the elven deities is to worship many things at once. And some people find that liberating, that whenever they need to pray to something, they can.
That does sound rather liberating, and a lot more of an expansive definition of what divinity is.
Exactly. That's how it should be seen, I think. But as of late, the elven deities are becoming less and less popular, so I try to make an appearance as much as I despise these things.
I'm sorry. I don't want to make this evening any more unpleasant than it absolutely has to be for you. If it would be to your benefit, I will leave you alone to your thoughts.
No, it's quite all right. I welcome the attention. But I suppose if you have anything else that you want to talk about as far as the elves, you can see me in the Council of Moons.
I very much appreciate that. Thank you. I suppose the best wish that I can leave you with is that I hope the rest of the evening is as painless and as peaceful as possible. And
You as
Boom Crash tips her beak and goes away.
Will Saray walk with you, my dear?
Boom Crash sort of smiles and is like, "Thank you. I
You just
appreciate
talked
it."
to a waspy elf.
Yes,
Yes.
but can I do a perception check and see if I
Sure.
can figure out if she had a dragonfly on her?
Sure.
Can Goose do a perception check to see if he notices a dragonfly on her?
Yeah, sure.
Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Come
Token
on,
slide.
boyo.
Come on, Goose. You can do it.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
No!
Yes, good Goose.
Good Goose. Seeing eye Goose.
Yeah, Boom Crash, you're sort of enraptured trying to keep eye contact with this strange figure, but Goose is able to pick out the dragonfly and whispers it in your ear. It did seem to be on her, like, various belts that she was wearing. She's a veritable Final Fantasy character, this one. And one of the belts did have the dragonfly pinned to it.
Okay.
So yes, she
interesting.
is a member of the Dragonflies. So I
Okie
marked her.
dokie. Sweet.
I'm curious. Are these like badges and stuff? Like, are they all like uniform in form, or is it like
No.
because we've seen the ring and we've seen the
There's
So-
one dude has a tattoo. This is on her belt. There's very subtle pendants and brooches, these have many
Yeah.
forms.
It's
Does
not
it-
like a common pin that's just like resting above their left breast every single time, and it's usually not very large. It's usually kind of meant to be somewhat hidden.
I feel like okay, at this point, like, can we just fake being there and just go wherever just by slapping a sticker on?
Maybe.
I feel like,
We got illusion spells, right?
yeah, I feel like verification is not really strong here. So I feel
Actually, yeah. DM, does disguise self let you change your outfit? Could I just change my outfit to have an insignia of a dragonfly somewhere?
Yeah.
I put a tattoo
Okay.
on my neck.
Yeah.
Disguise kit.
Yeah, we got stuff.
I've got the hat. That's the reason why I have a suit. So definitely a suit now with a tattoo.
Very
you got a
well.
face tattoo.
It's not on my face. It's probably like behind my ear.
Specifically,
tattoo.
no.
It can go right next to the other weird marking on your body.
That one's on my shoulder. Shoulder.
Yeah, so you can put one on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you haven't seen too many tieflings in the way of being here, Mao. I know that you were specifically looking for that.
Yeah, you
But-
said before it was mostly just elves, half elves, right?
Yep.
Just a good old chuckle fuck.
Sure. So, Zumasu and Mao, you both slightly alter your appearance with your disguises. Is there anything else that you want to do, like, with this new guise?
I'm trying to think. I want to see if
The music is great.
It works sometimes.
Yes, yes, it does.
I think I'm just gonna sit and brood on this chair for a bit, and I'll just gonna keep an eye on everybody, and that's sort of what I'm gonna do. And if people approach me, then I'll have conversation.
I don't
Okay.
want to be a dick because I don't know how much map Chris actually has, but I guess I'll just kind of like look like I'm inspecting things as I'm just trying to see where the servants kind of go in and out of, like the servant
Narc.
elevator. So I'm being suspicious in a way that still seems like I'm supposed to be there.
You're
and I just
curious
walk-
and looking at the
What?
architecture kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah.
You're enjoying it, yeah.
But also trying to like keep an eye on the servants because I specifically want to see their exit entrance, so the alternative entryways here.
You've got tapestries, yes? You must have tapestries in this castle here. I'm here to inspect the tapestries.
Christ.
Alright, I'm gonna have you make a series of checks.
This-
A
Yeah.
series of checks.
Nice.
Damn.
This is like investigation combined with some like
with
performance
deception
or something,
and maybe
yeah.
stealth. So I'm gonna have you make 3 separate checks. First, I'm gonna have you make a deception check.
Okay. All right, that's
Okay.
good.
Using your disguise, I was gonna give you advantage on the deception anyway, but you go out into like the hallway, just looking around and trying to look like you belong there while also just inspecting things, and people seem to be falling for it, or else they're not raising any suspicions anywhere.
My head's held high enough; nobody wants to bother me about it.
Yeah.
If someone is walking confidently, they're not going to stop you.
Or carry a pizza box.
Clipboard.
Yep.
pizza time.
Apparently, you can
Could
get
have brought a
over, like,
clipboard. God
anywhere
damn
with
it!
them.
So, Zumasu, as some of the guards are, like, walking by, you see them, like, or hear them approaching down the hall from the clank of their armored footsteps, and have you make a stealth check to try and avoid the gaze of the guards, rather than the servants.
This might be where it falls apart. You know what? I'll use it. I'll use inspiration now.
Sure. Nom nom nom. Just eat up those lovely inspirations right at the
I
beginning.
forget to use it sometimes.
That's fine.
That's the reason
good.
why I use it at the first roll. Just like,
Yeah.
it's like, use it or lose it.
Zumasu, you find yourself in a position where the guards are coming from both directions, but you manage to very quickly change your disguised self into a suit of armor and just kind of stand still as you can. The guards walk past and leave this hallway alone for their next round. I'm going to have you make an investigation check.
Sweet.
All right. After a thorough investigation, you find that you seem to have gotten a bit of a layout of this floor and maybe the floor above and below, I will say. So this is the 4th floor. On the 3rd floor, you passed by it briefly in the elevator, but it seems to be a sort of work level. You can see like that there are people that are repairing stuff going by. Like there's an open doorway that you could see in, and people were making tapestries. There's also some like people just making new candles and stuff. Meanwhile, there's another hallway that reeks of the kitchens, another one that smells vaguely of soaps and laundry. You find this floor boring and make your way up to the 5th floor, which seems to be completely abandoned. There's nobody here except for the few odd guards wielding their sword orbs. Let's call them sword orbs. For using them for light, as they clank down the hallways, you're able to kind of easily avoid them with enough.
This was a teleportation one, the 5th floor?
No, that was on the 6th floor that you found that.
Okay.
So
On
the 5th floor, it seems to be
Office
mostly
spaces.
Yep,
was
it
what we
is.
had-
It is mostly office space. You aren't seeing anybody here except for the guards. The candles are lit, but they're like every other one is lit, so it's very empty and dim light everywhere.
Mhm. All right.
You think better to head back to the ballroom than to explore beyond this, probably.
Yeah,
But there
the
is a
amount of
set of
guards would-
stairs leading up to the next floor.
Okay. Yeah,
The
I'd
elevator-
probably head back.
The elevator only leads to the 4th floor. The rest is
Okay.
all stairs. You
That
head
is
back to the
kinda
ballroom.
useful to know. I'll let them know kind of what I saw. So basically, the 3rd floor is mostly workshops, servant stuff like repair places and kitchen. 5th floor is the office spaces, but that's where the guards really start to ramp up. No elevator past the 4th floor.
Well, I wouldn't say they ramp up. I'd just say that the guards are the only people there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's they have a clear vision. They know exactly what they're seeing, who's passing
Yeah.
by.
That one is more like you shouldn't be there, so you were actively trying to hide from them.
hmm It's the security guards when the office is closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I did my little action. What y'all doing?
If anybody's passing by me, I'm just taking like shrimp tails and putting them in their pocket without them knowing.
Make a
Just
sleight
I
of hand
hate
check.
being here.
That's just gonna make it bad for whoever they bring it to wash. Like they're just gonna have a sad time, not the person who's wearing the coat.
But they're gonna have a story to tell.
Listen, Mao doesn't like know exactly who to target with her anger, just that it exists.
Oh,
It
I know
needs
who to
go
target.
somewhere.
It needs to go somewhere. I know who to target. I just don't know where the fuck
Mal, do
they
you need
are.
some-
There
Do
is
you
no
need some
class
chick-
solidarity.
do you need some chicken tendies? Is this what this is about? Like,
Cross
are
his
you
arms,
playing a
yes.
tantrum?
Yes.
We call
I'm-
over a waiter. Can we get some owl bear attendees?
Look, downward spiral would start stabbing people. This is patient being.
Mao has
good.
had nothing but hot dogs and chicken tendies her entire life. It's
People
canon.
tried feeding me pomegranates and I hate them. I just throw them at
Gosh.
everybody.
She needs some salad.
Yes. Need some good vitamin C and some nutrition.
Well, there's a
Alright.
nice spread of fruit on a tray that's coming by.
Are there dates, figs, and or strawberries?
All manner of things.
I just take the plate.
Okay. That's
Take
fine.
the fucking plate.
This is
Oh my
mine now.
God.
I'm gonna sit it down next to me, and then I'm just
This-
gonna eat it.
The servant sneers and rolls their eyes, but they politely move on.
Bitch, yes. Plate of fruit. Anyone's welcome to join. I'm like looking at Amon, and I'm just kind of like patting the seat next to me. I'm like, you want to come? You want to come sit?
I am embarrassed for you. So no.
Right, because you know what shame is. I do not.
Kinda cringe. Alright, anything, Zimasu?
I was just gonna say, probably by the time I come back, oh, cool, you snagged a good amount of fruit, and I just start like piling it in.
Oh my god.
Just also like pat on the seat. Yeah, just come sit.
Yeah. Zimasu informs you of the layout of the tower that he was able to get an eye on as he watches you put a few shrimp into people's pockets.
It's funny because I probably come from like the corner trying to look all dignified with my head held high, and as soon as I see like the fruit, I'm like, oh yeah, I
Ooh,
dropped the whole thing
snacks.
and kind of like start swaggering over instead.
Sumasu is a golden retriever. You present food, and they're very happy.
Okay, Boom Crash. It looks like you wanted to talk to Farrell?
Yes, because she's the if I recall, she's the Merchants Consortium contact.
She is.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay, there. The computer was frozen for a second.
Oh no.
Well, Roll20 was, not my computer. Alright,
Okay.
you sit down with Farrell.
Hi.
Dairith is not with her at this point. It looks like she was talking to somebody else, but politely they shooed them away as you approached again, because they weren't sitting with them.
I didn't want to interrupt. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's never an interruption for an aspiring client.
Well, I certainly appreciate you making the time. I am very curious about the robe that you mentioned, or the artifact that you mentioned, and I'm certainly interested, but I don't know. It's care to tell me a little bit more about it? Are there any limitations to its use?
There are some, but I believe that as long as you're an enterprising individual, it will probably be fine for you.
Okay.
It seems
Wonderful.
to, what's the word? It's a bunch of magic bullshit. It resonates with your, alignment towards the celestial paragons or something of the sort. Basically, if you're a bad person, it reflects your evilness. If you're a good person, it reflects your goodness.
Oh, that's rather charming.
It's
So
mostly
sometimes
just...
a garment shouldn't reveal too much.
Yes, well, I guess you'd need to be willing to wear that on your skin if it's something that you're going to wear and not something you're going to use.
Fair. So I am interested. Consider me a prospective client. How much would something like that set me back?
Oh, well, I suppose I should probably get you to see the thing, but I guess it's worth noting that I should probably feel the waters a bit for you,
Mhm.
just to make sure that it is in your price range as you hope.
I certainly do hope.
And Robe of the Archmagi will normally run you about 100,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Oh, good. That number sometimes scares people.
For completely understandably, and for very good reason. It's not inconsiderable, but at a certain point, when platinum is lighter to carry, you stop being so concerned about the number of zeros.
God, you're so fucking snooty right now.
I am being such a bougie bitch, but this is. I want the shiny.
Well, I'm glad that I'm meeting another individual with as much wealth as someone like a Taurus, probably. Of course, I'm just flattering you. You could see right through me, can't you?
I do have true sight. You should say.
Boom Crash sort of starts laughing and she's like, I made a comment about wearing revealing clothing. I think we're on the same page when it comes to trying to get a good feeling for one another, especially if we're going to be engaging in a business relationship. But yes, now to get down to brass tacks, you said that you also expressed, and I don't want to leave you high and dry, as it were, interest in how should I say, like magical items that I've come across in my journey.
Indeed,
Um,
I've noticed that you've been carrying that thing around all the
That's
time.
sick.
um, which?
The strange socketed rod in your right hand.
Oh,
It's
yes.
it's an unusual thing, but I can sense a great power coming from it, and it's exquisitely crafted, and it looks exceptionally old. Wondering, is that something that you might be willing to part with, especially
Unfortunately,
after I inspect it?
unfortunately, and I do mean this unfortunately, I cannot be parted from this.
That's too
If
bad. Too
you,
sentimental?
um,
Yes.
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 Just say it's a part of me, is how I can
it's
put it.
yeah, I've become rather attached to it.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'm sorry. I
She
can't
absently
help
starts laughing as well. What are we laughing about? Well,
it. Well, it's don't worry about it. It's there are a few things that I cannot be parted with. It's my rod as well. It's these are things that are exceptionally useful and exceptionally special for various reasons. But
my
I think I
fine feathered
mentioned multiple
friend,
dragon hordes, so it's not like I'm lacking in other things.
and I believe you, but many people have claimed that they aren't willing to share their rod with anybody, but I've usually been willing to loosen them up. Loosen them up. Perhaps, perhaps I can be made to free your hand from that rod, and I do mean in the magical sense. I know quite a few people that might be willing to help you with that curse. I,
Oh,
of course, have no magic myself, but I know many who would be willing to help for a fee. And of course, if you're not as sentimentally attached to it as you've given on.
It's it's not just sentiment. I am afraid it's also exceptionally useful. Um, so, and it has a lot of potential. So, I'm not quite willing to part with it yet. But in the future, if I ever do want to part with it, I'd be certainly willing to bump you up to the top of the list of vendors I'd be willing to give it to, or barter it to, as it were.
Well, I accept your regrettable choice,
Hmm.
but well, maybe there's something else that you would want instead. I was able to procure a lot of things for a lot of powerful people, including a Taurus's staff. It's quite a piece of work. It might be. There's nothing really like that, but perhaps I could find you something just as powerful as it. Something to replace your incomplete one.
Perhaps. But, I mean, hmm. So, my wand and the staff, those are something that I'm rather attached to. But, I mean, there's Ring of Spell Storing and a few other artifacts that I do have on my person.
Why don't you
Uh,
bring your artifacts to the Gate District, where my
mhm.
office is? I believe I mentioned it.
Yes,
I
yes,
need
I
to
do have
attend a
the location.
meeting shortly, so
Oh, of
I'm just
course.
going to need to cut our little chat short. But do reconsider. That object is exceptionally valuable, and I'd be most interested in getting my hands on it. So I'll see you soon, hopefully.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Of course. Um, she gets up and turns away from you and starts walking. You can see her kind of put her hand to the dragonfly on her brooch and sort of mutter something under her breath as she's walking away.
Okay, can I try and do a perception check to see if I can hear it or overhear?
There's no way to overhear it in this.
God damn it. Well, poop.
I mean, you don't have the thing that lets you read lips, right?
No.
Okay. Just thought
Okay.
I'd check.
Yep.
But I will
Boom Crash is
allow
gonna-
everyone to make a perception check, particularly you, Boom Crash. Everyone else will
See
be at
if everyone's
disadvantage.
moving.
Ah, disadvantage. Okay.
Ah,
Well,
acceptable.
above average.
Oh,
Above
Goose
average.
gets a nat
Above
20.
average. Below average. Average. Alright. Yeah, everybody except for Zumasu notices that all of the people that you've kind of keyed out as dragonflies started to move. And you can see that they're kind of casually, one at a time, making their way towards a Taurus who has... he's sort of still talking to the Wraithrins, but they're all sort of making their way towards where a Taurus was before finally exiting through a side hallway. After
Including the dude who isn't a dragonfly but could become one?
yes, including him.
Oh, interesting.
I think they're trying to indoctrinate him, basically.
Probably.
Eventually,
Do we pursue?
a Taurus follows after about a 5-minute break with the Wraithrins. Juliana, the now known to be fake Juliana, is left with Gwyn.
We can go and hang out with Juliana.
I don't have a dragonfly pendant, so I wasn't gonna go after these people. Because they've all talked to me, but if one of the more sneaky people want to go, then they can.
If I have permission, I will do it.
Go for it, honey bunny.
Just saying we can hang out with the person who actually knows what's going on besides the changeling.
Yeah, no, it's we can track both. I can go and hang out with Juliana.
Sure. I try to
Juliana,
offer you
quote
fruit
unquote.
before you go away, and then I just leave the plate on the the bench.
Boom Crash takes the fruit, gives Mal like a little kiss on the hand, and is just like, darling, never change.
What you want me to do?
Should change a little. Get some
No.
manners.
He's perfect. You're all perfect the way you are. Mama Bird will fight for that.
Sneak,
Right.
sneak, sneak.
So Mao, you are sneaking after the dragonflies to eaves on their meeting. And the rest of you are hanging out with Juliana, or at least Boom Crash posited that?
Boom Crash is gonna go there. After making eyes with like Zoo and Amon, being like, I'm gonna talk, you do what you guys are gonna do, Mao's off there. So
Alright. Sounds good.
Should I pursue? I
What?
shouldn't have.
whatever you want.
Okay.
I can only
Yes,
get into
please.
so much trouble.
Oh, honey, I believe in you. You can get into as much trouble as you want.
You can only get into so much trouble. Oh, my dear.
Actually,
You do not
honestly-
know the depths of trouble to which you can get in. You
Wait a
have not
minute.
yet poked that fucking dead
Look.
whale.
fucking boxes showing up. Yeah, the whale carcass. You know what's even better than a person walking around? A Fravashi that's invisible.
Yeah,
Actually-
you want me to send that with you?
Just send her.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go near. I'm actually gonna go near Gwen, the guardian.
Okay.
And
I'll stick with Boom Crash wherever she's going, and I'll send Elena to go follow Mal.
Okay.
yeah, I want to know if there's any deal with the shield guardian thing.
Sure. So I'll say Mao, make an initial stealth check as you try to make your way. Oh wait, are you just sending the Fravashi, or are you going as well?
I mean, I was gonna just send the Fravashi.
Oh, I mean that could work too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, I'll
then-
probably just be toward the entrance and stuff, because I just want to take a peek as I'm walking around, see where they're going.
Okay.
But send the Fravashi.
In that
Fravashi-
case, it'll be more like a deception check.
From now or
From Mao to just look down the hallway. The Fravashi we'll get to in a second.
okay.
I'm not gonna make too much waves. I'm currently walking around with the dagger this time, so I'm armed.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
we have
start
access to our weapons. It just takes a minute to get them.
you start kind of smoozing around these friends over here, where a Taurus had just left from a large group of people had suddenly sort of sprang out of nowhere practically. But you're able to hide in with them as you look down the hallway to which a Taurus is going. You see them go down a hallway that leads upstairs.
Okay.
The Fravashi is going to need to sneak past the Tower Watchers.
She's invisible.
I understand that. That means they have
Useless might
advantage
happen.
on stealth checks.
Can I assist by maybe distracting one? Like sneezing as I walk by?
It's already got advantage, so
Yeah, and also
That's
you're
fair.
probably not sure where it is nearby you.
Wait. Okay, it did count as for
True. Also invisible means we can't see her either.
Okay. So with that advantage, oh, that beats their passive perception. So the Fravashi slips through on silent little wings past the Tower Watchers and floats down the hallway, following them up the stairs. Zumasu, as you look through their eyes, you note that she's going up to the office level, and the tower guards have met them and are just nodding at a Taurus as he nods to the rest of them. And then he walks to a large conference room, although the door is only open for a split second. So I'm gonna need Alina to make a acrobatics check.
Okay.
A squeeze check.
oh, this could go badly. Crunch.
At least she can be resummoned.
Yeah, it was open long enough for her to get in. A Taurus held the door open for somebody, and she was able to slip her tail through. You see all of the dragonflies, plus Varys, the other senator. They're seating themselves at a table and talking amongst each other in hushed tones. A Taurus welcomes them all, and then says, "If you'll excuse me, I just need to make sure that our meeting is not scryed upon or any such thing." Then he begins casting a spell. What does Alina do?
Hide under a
Um,
table.
I was gonna have her hide in the ceiling. So yeah, is there like ornamentation on the ceiling for her to hide behind?
Yeah, the ceiling has nice coffers that are lined with floral motifs. There's wood and marble on the walls, and a bunch of nice porcelain urns on top of plinths surrounding the place. And the table is a nice mahogany sort of wood.
Nice.
She's just gonna kind of fly up there and just kind of do a perchy thing somewhere there and kind of just not move while invisible. So if she is noticed, maybe it'll just be assumed it's like a rodent or something.
Okay. He continues casting this spell for 10 minutes. And, yeah, he's belting out these magical words and drawing strange glyphs around the perimeter of the room. You can see a sort of blue wall that's starting to form up on the walls and covering the doors of the meeting room.
I assume he's probably doing some sort of. Can I?
Like non-detection or something.
Yeah, but can I do an Arcana check on that, even though I'm not great with it?
Yeah, you're not great with it, but you can try. This is going to be disadvantage, because it is not something you are familiar with. That is understandable.
It's a spell. It is a spell. That's all I got.
Technically that was the Fravashi's. You should probably do yours.
Oh, mine I think is just the same.
Oh,
So that-
plus 0 intelligence.
I think I got +0 intelligence. I got +1.
Aha.
That's better.
Okay, yeah, you assume it's some sort of abjuration magic, but you can't pinpoint what the spell is.
Yep. Just be like, let's see what happens, Elena. Sit tight. Pretend you're a mouse. Pretend you're a mouse up there. That's
On
it.
the ceiling.
All right.
Well, I mean, big rodents climb on raptors all the time.
So I'm gonna have the Fravashi make another stealth check as they hide in here for this period.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. So, the Fravashi is kind of like hanging out in the ceiling, and, they notice that one of the Wraithrons is kind of like squinting up near their position. It seems that they may have noticed something, perhaps from the casting of the spell. Something is just like maybe shimmering against Alina the wrong way. It's Theala. She's like looking up and kind of looking towards Alina.
True sight.
Okay. Moving is kind of worse in some of these situations then. She's gonna just kind of wait for an opening, then just kind of change your ceiling location to another spot then.
She's hunkering.
Hunkering for the moment when Theala looks like she turned away or is looking somewhere else, he'll move. Because, you know, if you move, it's easier to see something.
Mhm.
Don't move. You can't sense motion.
I'm gonna have Alina make a sleight of hand check.
Aw, I thought the 19 was sad.
Oh, the music.
Alina is wavering a bit. Theala kind of stands up. Is there something there? What is it, sister? It's perhaps a trick of the light. I can't help but wonder. She reaches out her hand and says, Hey Taurus, I'm just going to try something if it's all right with you. Continue, please. I'm still casting the spell. And she reaches out and casts Dispel Magic up near where Alina is.
Better make a save. Or, actually, depending on the level, don't even
Hmm.
get a save.
Probably not, because it's just a... What does an innate ability count as? Let me see how this...
Well, it is a magical effect. I think it would dispel it automatically, but I would also probably treat it as a first level or a second level
Yeah,
invisibility spell.
I think
Yeah.
the kind of magical effect is kind of the at the base level spell is what's considered. I think.
Yeah, and we know it's not greater because if she does anything, it ends it. So, well, you have a second to react because Alina has been doing nothing. Do you wish to do anything?
Yeah, I'm just double checking how our shape change works.
Good poofer in the meantime.
Can you unsummon a familiar as a action or whatever? Because I don't think you can.
I know wizards you can snap them as an action into their own little pocket dimension, but I don't know if that's the same for...
It's the same
This
spell.
is the same spell. It's just, do you need to be close? I'm looking at it now.
I have to look up the find familiar spell. Where's my character?
I forget what the distance is, but it's like as long as you're in the distance for like seeing through and hearing through.
As an action, you can temporarily dismiss the familiar into a pocket dimension. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. It just says you can do it as an action. It doesn't necessarily say that you need to be within range.
What happens when you make it reappear after you cast spell? Yeah, what happens if you
Cause it to
resummon
reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you.
Okay, so it just come back close to where I am. Yeah, I think I'm gonna unsummon her.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
As Theala reaches out to dispel magic, there is a little flash of light, but Alina disappears into the astral plane just a split second before it happens. You don't know what happens after that.
You got lucky, son.
Well, rather unlucky. Those rolls.
I wanted the 19.
It's fine.
Alright, while that's
We
going
all
on,
want a 19.
Boom Crash, I'm on. You guys, I guess, and Zumasu are near Juliana and Gwyn. Zumasu is spacing out.
Okay. Um,
Pop
Uh,
back Elena in a second. And be
the
like, well,
dessert has
that didn't
gotten to
work.
him.
He's gone comatose.
I'm gonna sort of say hello to Juliana. Be like, hey, are you the doppelganger?
Juliana smirks. Caught me red-handed. Or red-haired, I suppose.
Nice work. Very beautifully done.
Thanks. I think I do the original justice. Do you like it? I know how much you adore this one.
Well, I am rather fond of beauty in many forms. I must ask, is this a spell? Is this an innate ability? Like you did. Oh, what's his name? Oh, so beautifully. Pran.
The
Oh.
Marn.
That was a more interesting character to take on. I don't usually do the rough and tumble guys. I'm usually just one of Aetorus's little floozies. But it's good to get a change every now and then. You might also recognize this one, and she kind of looks around and just shifts her face into a sort of muddy visage with green glowing eyes to Ostrix's face.
I was a fake ostrich.
Holy fuck.
You didn't fall for that one.
Amazing.
I had to go into deep cover, I'm afraid. It's so relieving to discuss my work with somebody in the know. Anyway, I suppose I should look nice for everyone. She pulls up her corset a bit.
Well,
I'm picturing that scene from Attack on Titan where Annie's revealed and she just starts laughing out loud.
Yeah, he's like, the jig is up.
The jig is
Yeah.
up.
yeah, no, it's beautiful, beautiful work. It's just because we're talking and we're in the know. And how do you have preferred pronouns? I know Ostrich was they them and everything. So how would you prefer I address you?
Prefer you address me as whoever I am in the moment.
Understood.
Hey,
Well-
jackass.
You look rather beautiful and rather fetching in green tonight, my dear.
Why, thank you. She curtsies a bit. You don't think the tits could be bigger, do you?
Tits can always be bigger, but I don't know. Juliana usually just has sort of a nice little handful to her, so.
A little subdued. Unfortunate.
You can always switch it up later.
I probably will. So, did Aetorus talk to you already and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to be called about some business later on. And right now we're just sort of biding the time. He's in with his little menagerie right now, so I don't know. I figured instead of pigging out at the buffet tables or trying to rub elbows with any of these blowhards, I'd pester you a wee bit. If you don't mind, of course.
Sure, pester me away. I can't reveal company secrets, of course.
Oh, I've never assumed so.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Oh.
Do you want a quickie in the bathroom, or?
Boomcrash sort of chuckles. Is like, well, I didn't even know that was on the table. How long? This might be airing on company secrets, but I've known Aetorus for a long time now. When did you come into the picture?
I don't know how much Aetorus wants you to know, but I've been around for a while.
Did you by any chance know any of the tea kettle whistle? Their name was. This might have been over a century ago. So
Doesn't ring a bell.
okay.
I know that was your alias. I didn't know there was anything else to it.
Oh, don't worry about it. I suppose it's a company from another time, I should say.
Sure. Well,
but yeah.
if I can't help you with anything else, I suppose that I'll just have to wait until the time comes when he tells me to kill you.
Okay. Okay, well, look forward to it. It's always good if I'm
Well, you
going to
won't
be
be able to
killed, I'd
look
rather
forward
it be
to it
done
if
by
I
beauty.
sneak up behind you, so...
Try it, bitch. Try it.
That's, I mean, sure, we're all professionals here, and for now, I think we're going to be on the same side, so
Oh,
I
for
hope
now.
to avoid it.
Right, well, I am
Anyway.
just the wand. Taurus is the one holding it.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Sometimes two wands. It really depends on what he's into that night.
I'm familiar. It's if anything, it's actually rather perfect that you two have found each other because
Because he gets bored very easily. You and I know
Mm.
this.
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna provoke them a little bit. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's surprising he'd want to marry somebody then when he has you.
That marriage is a sham. That was just to get your attention, and it looks like it worked. Taurus
I mean-
is very clever.
Does he ever talk about,
God.
you know, you've worked with him a long time, right? Has he ever said anything about something with you?
I think that I have everything that I could want. And he trusts me with a lot of things. And I
Hold
trust
on.
him.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to dig up something in notes,
Sure.
but it's
Is there anything that I might remember that...
oh, okay, yeah, it's his ex-lover with the children.
Gwyn Morristhane.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually put it in the
Um,
chat recently.
Yep.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
saw
it's-
I was about to say, like, why do you remember that so well? It's like,
Because I read it last time because I was trying to figure out who the fuck the.
I mentioned
changeling
it
was
last
named.
time as well. Oh,
Yeah.
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 No, but I saw Gwyn on the shield guard, and I was like, wait a minute.
A little shit. Okay. Oh god. It's just finding it on the notes because there's so many.
Search. If you do searches, it's easier.
Yeah, you can search in the Discord.
Keywords
Oh,
and stuff.
I can search in the
Yeah.
Discord.
Control F,
Um,
baby!
Okay, it's
Just don't search
Gwyn.
by PC pronouns because that won't work. Or not pronouns, names.
It's how do you spell the name?
GWYN.
It should be on
Gwyn.
the shield golem.
I originally
Okay.
misspelled it as GWEN, but I corrected it.
No,
Okay.
that's Spider Girl.
Gwyn
Actually, is it Spider
Morristhane.
Girl? Spider Woman. No, I don't remember.
girl. Spider-Woman is
Spider-Girl?
completely different.
Yeah,
Ah.
she's the black and white one, right?
Yeah, Gwen is the black and white and pink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Woman-
Spider-Woman looks like Canary.
Yeah.
GWYN. I misspelled it on my notes.
Yeah, two wrongs make
The
a right, I guess.
Handmaiden, Taurus being shady was hurt you instead. Oh,
That was all from
It's-
the Handmaiden's notes, too.
yeah. Oh, it's. Has he been back to Emerald Gardens recently? Do you know? Or has he lost interest in that place?
A sort of dour look goes over her face. I don't think so. Emerald Gardens used to be in Ilore's, I don't know the politics of it. It's just a
Protectorate,
ruin now.
Something like that.
It's just a ruin. Nobody really cares anymore.
Oh,
It's
no,
been
it's just
swallowed
a-
by the Moors.
It's the only reason why I ask is because we found some old keepsakes that Taurus might be interested in. And Boomcrash takes a bangle off of her wrist and it's like including this and I don't know, some old carved toys for a child.
Okay, well, I don't see how
Um,
that's my problem.
It's I don't know. It's as I said, it's been quite a while since he and I have spoken at length. And I was wondering if you knew anything about Gwyn or the Morristhanes.
Gwyn is just his shield guardian. That's what he calls it.
Oh, that's rather sweet, actually, I think.
Yes, well,
Considering
that
what the toy box was marked under. So
Gwyn,
anyway,
Gwyn
I
was
wouldn't.
Gwyn was Aetorus's lover a long time ago, before me.
Hmm. Yeah, it was over a century.
Elves have long lives and many friends.
I think that's something that we both know very well.
Hmm.
Anyway, I
I
was
should
just wondering.
go powder my nose, see what Aetorus might need if he needs anything. Come on,
Oh,
Gwyn.
okay.
Aetorus wants us. Then she turns from you and says, I'll see you on the battlefield or wherever.
Best wishes. Goodbye. Boom Crash puts the bangle back on her wrist. I was like, okay. Well, c'est la vie.
Two of the guards go and follow them. Can't be too careful.
Yeah. Okay, well, we had that conversation, and I'm devastated because I really liked Ostrich.
I
That's
mean,
so
you
sad.
still could be. Huh? Do you think
You
could
could
there be a
scry on
real?
Ostrich right now to see if they're them.
There's a real ostrich.
If there's a real one, yeah, that is true.
Amon, you were also nearby for this. I didn't know if you wanted anything in particular
Yeah.
from Gwyn.
Well, I was examining Gwen.
Okay.
But trying to figure out if there's any kind of like, because we're gonna have to fight this thing. We're
Yeah.
obviously gonna have to fight this thing. So, was there anything of note in its construction or whatever?
Um, make an investigation check. If
Can
you're
I unscrew everything just a smidge? Okay, let's see. Okay, investigation. You said right?
yeah, if you're proficient with any tools that might help, like
No, no. I'm a lazy boy.
sure,
Uh, 16 apparently.
right? Well, 16. You note that there are lots of like strange, subtle runes carved into it, but they seem to all be like on the interior of the metal. Seems very well protected. The outside is purely a martial aspect. Damn.
I doubt there's anything interesting about it, but I wanted to pretend to contribute somewhere.
I'm gonna have you make a religion check.
Oh no, that
I
never
believe
goes.
in you.
That
You can
never
do it.
goes well.
It's never going to go well, but I believe in you.
Yeah, I told you. Okay, you know what? Inspiration. Let's reroll this. It's a very
yeah.
petty thing to reroll, but all right.
All right.
Pettiness was rewarded.
You catch a glimpse of a strange, like, religious symbol, strangely, the inside of, like, its armor. And you kind of, like, reach out to, like, kind of maybe, like, shift it a bit so that you can see. The shield guardian turns to you as soon as you, like, motion towards it, almost as if it could see even though it wasn't looking at you. You take note of this and kind of recoil a bit, just, nothing to see here. Not touching anything, but you reorient yourself. Seems to be a holy symbol of the elven pantheon itself. It is a symbol of Corellin Lorethian. It seems that whatever spell is stored in the Shield Guardian, it is a piece of divine magic.
Probably something kind of restoration type of thing.
Guardian of Fate.
Spirit Guardians.
Or is it, what if it's some like revivify? Oh no, it wouldn't have material component. You'd just be a level 3 storing. So I assume it's got some kind of healing capability. So even if you knock a Taurus down, like it'll probably just get right back up.
Okay. Well, good to
Yeah.
know.
You also learned that it has blind sight.
Yep.
Out to 10 feet. Just for a mechanical explanation.
Mhm.
Exactly 10 feet. Just me, just wibbling, wobbling at the 11 feet range.
Right. So where to now? It seems that Zumasu had to pop Elena, as he quickly describes to you after your conversation ends.
Okay.
That's why Elena's not behind the door right now.
Well, that's a pity, but I'm glad that she's okay and that everything was undetected. And okay, what do we want to do now? We're pretty much just biding our time at this point. So
Yeah, you can just bide your time if you want. There's virtually no more dragonflies left in this chamber, you assume. And Quinn and Juliana are gone.
Yeah.
It's more a matter of, do you just wait it out, or do you want to try and like get Mao to sneak up there, which is risky and like understandably, but I figured I would ask.
Sneak where? Because like we don't need to sneak anywhere. We're gonna get the thing anyway. We just have to
You
wait.
are.
yeah,
I
but
didn't know if you
we
wanted
wanted
to
to know
spy on the meeting.
it's do we care about what they're talking about?
Yeah, it's basically down to that. And that's why I'm
more
kind of just
than-
spelling it out for you, because there's probably not much to do in the ballroom. But wait, unless you're going after that. So just let me know if you're gonna wait.
I kind of, if Mao didn't want to do it earlier, it might be better to just wait. But I do want to ask Mao to scry on real Ostrich.
Oh, I don't have the ball anymore. Boom Crash has the ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom Crash has the ball. She's
Crash, are you
scrying on
tuned?
Ostrich.
Yeah, you guys should really watch that thing. It has traded hands so often.
It's just a little blood splattered. It's fine.
You have it attuned or not?
Hold on, let me check.
I think it should have been because it was during like the guards when you were scrying at other people.
Oh, right. That's so. Yeah, I just didn't note it, so. I'll.
Or would you have unattuned for the sake of getting ready for this thing?
I mean, it just means that. No, I would have wanted my charisma back up, so I would have put it away and then put my Ion Stone back.
Okay, yeah, so
So-
we'll just do that later. Otherwise, maybe
Yeah.
we just wait it out unless...
I got a table. We can hang it by the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, a table seems to have freed up where the senators were. I forgot to remove them before, but the guards did follow the senators out.
Okay.
Now stuffing
You
her
know-
face with fruit.
I'll just
I
do
am.
an investigation to see if anybody dropped anything.
Sure.
So we could have a material focus if we wanted to focus scrying
Just-
on
Yep,
them.
Hmm.
You found
I found nothing.
a small raisin. You hope.
Wow.
Elena, this isn't yours, is it?
She shakes her head no. You notice another raisin fall onto the ground and see that you're near Mao's feet.
I kind of put it down and then take out my soap.
Gotta wash this floor.
I wash my hands.
Oh, understandable.
Well, now
You
we
don't-
can just people watch and just entertain ourselves and wait for all of this to be over.
Okay. Well, you guys wait out the rest of the gala. It's about an hour and a half, maybe, goes by, until Darian, the head servant, comes over to your table, at the speed of light, apparently, and
Oh, hello
Ba-
there.
he bows to you all and says, "Your presence is expected with a Taurus. The penthouse. You will be escorted by guards."
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Ugh, finally.
He nods and walks off. You
Can I
guys,
try and stuff a piece of shrimp in his pocket?
you certainly can.
Oh my god.
Are you
this
ever
poor
gonna
dude.
run out of shrimp?
I don't know.
Oh god, please don't tell me you stuffed the entire bag of holding.
I don't even know how they got shrimp here with them being so far from the coast. But, you know, a
It's not
Taurus
real
has
shrimp,
ways.
It's just bugs.
It's just bugs. Actually, maybe Mullickmore might have, like, crawdads or something.
I was gonna say like little freshwater lobsters.
Couldn't they just
It's
outsourced
sustainable.
to a bunch of druids to just, magic raise shrimp.
I don't think druids are the one to encourage farming of all things.
It's ecologically sound as long as they stay
The
away
Council
from
of
the real
Moons
woods.
is extremely pro aquaculture in this world, so
How very convenient.
Yay, food.
There's a hydraulic farm somewhere off in another village that they just source all their shrimp from.
Zumasu, stick to your peach farm. Don't interfere with more businesses.
all right. Some guards approach.
Oh. I thought we were following Darian.
Nope. Darian walks off, and the guards approach you.
Darian.
Darian. I forgot
Durian.
that. The guards approach you. 2 mages and 2 tower watchers. One of them looks to your table and says, "Please follow me." And they escort
Thank you kindly.
out. You guys walk up the stairs, going past the offices, now completely vacant. You think you might have seen some of the dragonflies returning back to the room just before this. After the office space, you go to this, the floor where the teleportation circle was, but that door is closed, as are most of the doors here. There are a few mages nearby that are either walking about or standing guard. They all look at you with curiosity as you go past, but they make sure to not disturb your entrance.
Yeah, they can't get too interested because otherwise they'd lose their jobs.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Let's go. The guards stop at the bottom of the stairs to the 7th floor and say, "You may go up. We will wait your return."
Thank you kindly for the escort, gentlemen. And gentlewomen and gentle beings of other genders. And continues on.
Hope they pay you well. Ooh, fancy.
Let's go.
The little chairs just sitting out in the middle of the hallway that do absolutely nothing. Ah, he's so
Yes.
fucking
I
rich.
checked the chairs for coins.
Oh my god.
This place is pristine. There's not a speck of dust anywhere that you can see.
Well, that's easy to do with magic.
Yeah, it is. There's big green curtains draped across tall windows that you had seen in your previous excursions here. Pilasters that splay out into sort of the Iloran column style, where they spread out into trees at the cap. And there's useless urns sitting on plinths every few feet. You also note that down the hallway, there is a suit of armor that is standing still. You recognize it immediately as one of the helmed horrors that Jarsali had created before. It is completely motionless. It is colored a bright white. Down the hall, there is another one that is a, painted black. And they just seem to alternate this way.
Okay, so he's making a fashion choice out of it. Great.
Chess? Is he doing chess? Are you guys coming?
Yeah. I was just thinking we would be moved.
Just
I love it.
walking brisk, attempted to take some of these chairs and put them to the portable hole.
I mean,
I
hold
was
on.
about to suggest
Actually,
that.
real quick.
What? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta take some for the hidey hole.
You ain't gotta centaur world this up. Just be a klepto.
You
just
want it for your tower?
just don't take a huge one. Just it needs to be a stool.
I was gonna try and do an Arcana check on these helmed horrors
Oh.
to see what I could suss out about them.
Sure, you do that. I'm gonna try and pick up this bench. I'm gonna see what happens.
Oh my
I'm
god!
just gonna pick the bench up. I'm just looking at the helmed horror and picking a bench up.
I don't know shit.
You've fought these things before, but that doesn't mean that you've researched them
Mhm.
or interrogated Jarsali about them. You were more interested in the Shield Guardian, so
Mhm.
your only recollection is from your fights with it.
YOLO.
Mao, you pick up a stool, like look at one of the guards. I mean, that is what they are. You know this. And it does not move.
I proceed to walk away with the stool to see if anything changes.
Nothing seems to happen.
Nice. I'm gonna unfold the pocket. I'm gonna shove these 3 into the pocket.
I'll help her do this quickly. I'll take out
You-
the pocket for her, unfurl it.
We'll do like
You
the little.
unfurl the silken hole into your Looney Tunes cartridge, and
Thank you.
as you do, the helmed horrors turn towards you.
What? They
They-
turn, but do they do anything?
They turn their heads to you, and they, as you say, what? They like grip their weapons.
All
I'm gonna
right.
walk away. You guys deal with this.
I put the pocket away. I'm gonna still pick up the bench. I'm gonna take it with me.
You drag the bench along the floor, and
Oh my god.
they don't do anything. They return back to their original positions.
Okay, so as long as we do this outside of their earshot, maybe it'll work. I help Mao carry the bench.
I really want the fancy middle chairs. They look really cool.
I kind of like the little ones, but this would be fine too.
Well, then grab a second little one so we can have a matching pair.
Uh,
Yes.
Do you want-
Yep.
So you want a chair and an ottoman.
No,
Yes.
I want 2 ottomans.
You want 2
I'm
ottomans,
I'm
so they
picturing
match.
You guys see Men in Black, right?
Yes.
I'm picturing Will Smith dragging that desk along, making
Yes.
that really obnoxious screeching noise.
That is
He's
very much the mood that I wanted to project, where it's like in this place of, oh, I need to be like respectful. It's like I give 0 shits. I'm just going to own the space by literally taking it. I'm gonna own it.
I'll grab a second ottoman.
Yeah, 2 ottomans.
You each grab an ottoman. All
At
right.
some point in time, hopefully we can put it into the hole.
Yeah, that's basically my thought process.
All right. Well, let me know when you do. So,
Not
Boom
nice
Crash,
shot.
you walk up to a set of very intricately carved wooden doors. They show images of various elves of differing like statues and or differing stations and different like classes. They all seem to have different religions as well, and they're all like coming together underneath one great tree. As you approach, you hear a voice call from within. Come on in, it's open.
Okay. I look to the rest of y'all. I was like, we ready for this?
Yeah, we'll
No.
take our own chairs.
No, but we should go in and get this over with.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Let's
agree.
go.
Yeah.
Boom Crash opens the door.
Fucking
oh,
A.
this is beautiful. Chris, you did so good.
I did good.
Nice.
You did so good.
It's
Oh my god, this is beautiful. I
I
want
know.
this on my floor, like not unironically.
I gotta get some of these assets onto Patreon at some point. I have been neglecting Patreon, but I have a lot of stuff on the back burner to put up there.
they are pretty
These are
cool.
freaking gorgeous. Oh yeah, no, guys, you did so good with bringing your own chairs. See, he doesn't have enough chairs here.
Of
Yeah,
course he does.
he only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you count the couch twice.
I push this. I
But
push
he's
the ottoman.
dirty.
I'm
I don't want to
carrying-
sit next to him.
I push the ottomans that are over here, and I make myself a little bed out of my extra piece.
Nice.
Oh my
Sure.
God.
You
want-
guys make yourselves at home, I guess.
I'm gonna lean against,
Yep.
okay, Chris. I'm gonna lean against the window and just to see, outside. Do I notice anything?
You don't notice much. You notice that this side of the building is overlooking the Undercroft. You can see out for miles into the Scablands from this vantage point. You don't think you've ever seen a Lore from this height because you've usually been pretty conservative with the flying carpets, but it is a sight to behold. You can see all of the little flickering lights of Allure from their continual flames on the lampposts flickering below. But you're unfortunately not facing the Senate or the Triciate Ward at all, so it's mostly just Scablands and Undercroft that you can witness from here. Taurus welcomes you in. Please, have a seat. My meetings are done. And as promised, and he gestures to Juliana, looks at you, and this looks very different from the original Juliana that you had seen in the ballroom. First as a Taurus, a like illusory phantom, and second as a brazen MILF or whatever you want to call it.
Characterize.
Yeah.
A saucy tart.
Can I do a spot check to see if Giblet is in the room?
Yeah, that's who I was looking for, is Giblet.
Sure, make a perception check. Juliana, her eyes are like pleading with you, and she gets up and rushes to your side to hug you.
Oh, that's guaranteed. She can see you.
Okay. And Boomcrash sort of gives her like a hug and says to her telepathically, it's like, I'm here. We're gonna see if we can sort this out. Are you okay?
Yeah. She responds back telepathically.
Just
Mao,
in
you've
case this goes, sorry to interrupt, but just in case this goes bad, Boomcrush and I have Death Ward. Only 2 of us.
Okay.
So our tokens don't have it. Just remember that.
And you guys have what's it called? Heroes Feast, I believe, on you.
Yeah, we all have Heroes Feast.
That's
You guys
already in
pre-gamed.
the excess hit
We
points.
pre-gamed.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a really bad time later with indigestion, but that's for later.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry about it. I mean, as long as it's healthy food, then we're fine.
Okay, well,
Uh,
does Juliana seem like she wants to stay near me, or...
She seems very happy to see you and is mostly intent on hugging you and not letting go.
Oh,
Mao, you
honey.
can see that Giblet is nearby. There's a chirp from up in the one in the pillars nearby. There are 2 pillars in the room that I didn't apply lighting to.
Okay, Goose is gonna fly up and hang out with Giblet.
Oh, actually, to clarify, is this the same room that he had the meetings with everybody else in? Like,
No, this is his penthouse on the 7th floor, which is the top floor.
This is where
so we
Mon
were
saw him the
escorted
first
all
time.
the way up there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you guys were scaling the sides, this is where you saw him.
Okay,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm gonna send Elaine on a little bit of a mission. I'm gonna send her to try and see if she can find a window to see if she can unlock it. While everybody's
Good
not paying
girl.
attention.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we
I
already know
will.
these windows are warded, so
We
Yeah.
can still break them and
You
just
do know
jump
that
out.
they are warded with at least what is known as an alarm spell, which would create a deafening noise if they were to be tripped.
But I figure if you open it from the inside, at least maybe some of the other defensive shit won't go off as harshly.
You can figure that.
I can figure that and hope for the best.
It sounds like a great guess. I like that guess. Okay, well, I'm gonna, like,
You cuddle.
I'm gonna cuddle with Juliana, but I'm also gonna keep my eyes on a Taurus and be like, okay, well, you got your meeting, so where's the box?
I just wanted to make sure that you were satisfied. So, Gwyn, the box,
Well,
and
never gonna be satisfied, I'm sorry, but let's proceed on with business.
Gwyn opens a compartment in their chest and pulls out a box and goes over and hands it to a Taurus. Thank you. Well, I did promise it, so it's yours. And he places it down on the marble coffee table.
Boomcrash sort of looks at Mao as like, is this it?
It
Is this your
appears to
box?
be.
I think so. I still have no clue what it is, but, been shoved in my face this entire time. I guess it's time I need to step up and just fucking deal with it. I go and pick it up.
Okay.
Does it do anything when I touch it?
No.
Okay, thank God.
We could
It
open
is
it
a
here if
box.
we wanted, right?
Well, if you could figure out how to open it.
You said it takes the blood of Bator? Is right? Those are the words you used?
Can only be opened by somebody with devil in their veins, yes.
Yeah. Alright, get it.
And, like I said, I trust that you're not in the cult. And you're the only one that I can really trust to not be in the cult, based on what I've experienced.
Look, you have a lot of presumptions right now, and I'm going to forgive you for all of the asshole vibes that are going on and every single word that you spout out, but you don't fucking know me.
Well, I think I know you better than you think that I know.
Well,
I've been
then
watching
explain
you for some
why.
time. I've been watching you for a while. I know that you've been masquerading in the Senate for maybe a few weeks before you went off on your journey. I know that he is spent what's-his-face, your tea kettle whistle, and that you have a thing for this lovely lady over here, gesturing to Juliana.
Get him on. I point over at the shadowy skulking figure by the window.
Sadly, there's not much to be known about him. A religious zealot, I presume.
Good job, Amon. You're the only one that has kept her cool. He doesn't know anything about. You're a great assassin.
And he's the only one among you with enough sense.
Yeah, no, we keep him around for a reason.
I take out my fez and I swish the fez around my finger for a bit and then put it back on.
I love Amon so goddamn much.
Do you know that scene in Korra where it's like her, I forget, it's like Toph's like daughter and she's just like scowling and does like the whole hand gesture like, what the fuck? I'm literally just doing that to you right now. Like, why?
So, I promised you some things, and I'm
Yeah.
willing to entertain that. For instance, and he puts a little lockbox on the table and says 1,000 platinum pieces for you
Okay.
and your efforts.
Boomcrash sort of like takes the box and sort of like shrugs and says like, do you want me to carry it or do you want to carry it?
I'll carry it. I'll
Okay.
need it.
I'll come over and come get it.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I guess
how much was in the box?
1,000
1,000.
platinum.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's 10,000 gold.
Okay. I am rushing in real quick out of nowhere, yoinking it and rushing back out.
Okay.
You also promised us information,
Yeah, so
which might be kind of important if I'm to open this in front of you and horrible things are going to happen, which I kind of give a side eye to Boomcrash.
You're not going to open it here. I don't want to take that risk. You can open it once you leave the tower.
Oh, I thought you were curious and you want to see what was inside.
I don't really care what's inside. I just care that the cult wanted it.
where did you find it then?
Found it in an L's shop. I don't know how it got there, but that is where my information told me that it went. I noticed that his minions, I mean Briareus, we can dispense with pleasantries and all that. You know that I know who he is. His little cultist friends were searching for a puzzle box. They had drawn a crude drawing of it and had distributed it amongst their cell. I took this and took it in my best interests to look into it. My friends in the Merchant Consortium did know what it looked like and had sold it to an L some years ago, I think. Honestly, the Merchant Consortium's records are something to behold.
Impressive. Well, okay. What can you tell us about Briareus and the cult then? If we're going to be taking them down, like where do we go? They've proved rather difficult to track down in the past, so
Right, we're friends
like
now,
some
so
leads.
tell us all the details. The more you know, the better it is for us to actually handle the situation. Otherwise, you might have a mess on your hands.
I know you're trying to patronize me, but that is
Yes, I
genuinely
am.
with a belief. I'll tell you what I know. All I know is that one day I came into my penthouse here, and I noticed that there was an extra object inside of it. I used it to contact this Briareus, and he presented himself to me, a sort of projection, I suppose. He introduced himself. He said he was part of the cult of Cania, who worship Mephistopheles, the archdevil of hellfire, ice, and betrayal. He was very upfront, He told me that he was not trustworthy and that he would inevitably betray me. And that
Do
I
you
would
not
return the
see
favor.
how this sounds like you?
I don't deny it, but I also can't deny a challenge.
Okay, so you're both best friends. Got it. All right, so after the best friends, you became not best friends.
Did you just threaten to betray me? Yep. Do we just become best friends? Yep.
Oh my god.
Well,
Fucking
what he was
hell.
offering, it was too juicy to refuse. And that's my own fault, really. He contacts me occasionally, through the same method. Have you seen him? Do you know what he
Not
looks like? I
directly.
suppose that's useful information.
Only a memory of what he looks like, I think.
No, I got an echo from the far back. The answer
That's-
is no.
Mel might, but we do not. So if you could be
Yeah, your little scarred one
obliging.
back in that other village was fucking with my head, so I don't know if I actually saw him or not. So I blame you on that one.
So a no, then.
Sure. No.
Right, well,
As
he's,
a counterpoint,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't realize that you were trying to say something while I was disseminating information that could be very useful to you all.
right. No, you can continue. Sorry to interrupt. I'll say something next.
I gotta yell, get on with it.
He has red skin, long horns that sweep back over his head and then upward, kind of like, and he kind of does like the motion of sweeping back over his head and then up, flicking his ears as he does so. He's got like black eyes with an orange iris that kind of glows, kind of devilish. Soul patch, he's got like thin braids before his pointed ears, and a long ponytail at the base of his skull. He was just wearing like this black robe with gold stripe, a gold barbed stripe on it or something. He looked like he was hunched over and kind of frail, but there was like a strength or something. He was trying to hide it, trying to look meeker than he was. It was perplexing to me.
You said he communicated you through sending stones. Have you ever just tried to scry on him since you know his appearance?
I am unable to scry on him. He's as cautious as I am. In that, he is my equal.
Are you aware of how far this cult has its ties to, as in people in the Leaf Crown or merchants in the city? Is there
At
anybody you have
first,
leads on?
I underestimated the depth of it. I thought it was just a cult in Allure. But no, it's throughout Sargon. They have a few temples that I've been noting. All abandoned, of course. But they have cells in Connacht, they have cells in New Dawn. I can only assume the dwarves, but I don't keep tabs on them very often.
Is there anybody in particular? Do you know of anybody in Allure that's part of the cult?
Well, the Vintners have ties to them. You can start there. I introduced them to the cult, and the Vintners bought into their services. Fresh bodies from the streets in return for the odd favor or two. And, of course, the protection of their summoned devils in the hideouts.
I have a list of names here.
Careful what you say, Zumosu. Knowledge is
know.
power.
I know, and I'm gonna kind of I'm looking to you to just be like, pay attention, because I
Mhm.
want meta-wise.
Stop me if I say something bad.
I'm
it's more so-
watching him.
I'm kind of like making a motion for her to watch, because meta-wise, I want her to pay attention when he looks at the names, because I'm gonna show him the list that we found from the place, and be like, any of these names, people in Allure are names you recognize, and see if he reacts to any of them as Mao goes through it. You know what? Actually, I'll just read these names off.
Yeah,
I'll
just
just
say
do
him
that
out.
instead.
Yeah.
I'll say them out loud, and I'll have Mao do read his expression as I go through them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go. We found ruins of a betrayed site that we're pretty sure was connected to him, with a list of names that of people they might have either taken the place of or infiltrated. I'm going to read them to you, and I'd like you to tell me if any of them are familiar, and I'll go through them.
Okay. That was the list that you found in the Beholder's lair, the Death Tyrant's lair, whatever. You read through them, and now I'm going to have you make an insight check since you're the one watching.
13.
Oh.
Do you have the inspiration?
I do have inspiration. I'm gonna use it.
Alright.
Motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah!
Taurus is very guarded as the names are read out.
Looking for the micro expressions. A tiny twitch.
There is the slightest of twitches in one of his eyebrows as Arn's name comes up, as well as a few others. He kind of like settles into like a calm as he kind of realizes what the list is. He seems to be well aware, but his expression is expressionless.
Okay, so he reacts to that. Was there any other names that we know of from that?
There weren't too many names that you guys knew. It's mostly Arn.
Yeah, we only
Okay.
picked up like that one. It's a big one.
So counterpoint, do you have any spies within any of these cults?
My spies have come back unsuccessful. My closest confidant has not even been able to approach them very easily. I think that the only way to stop them is with a frontal assault.
You
But we
certainly
don't-
have the manpower for it.
You underestimate. I don't have manpower to take on a global cult. I don't even have the manpower to escort an army outside of Allure to go and march on wherever their main temple is. I just have a few spies, but what I have is information, and that's why I'm giving it to you, who have much more useful resources than I.
So then I have two questions, one pertaining to the extent of what our deal is. You want us to take care of the cult, but as you've just explained it, the scope of this could be a lot greater than what we might have thought. And secondly, if our actions draw attention, could we possibly have you support? If Arn, for instance, is part of this cult, dealing with him would cause quite a bit of stir in Allure. Would you be willing to protect us from some of those repercussions if we did something a bit more showy?
I need you to not pursue the Arn issue. Disturbing that would probably disrupt most of Allure, throwing it into chaos. You must understand, he's an upstanding figure in the landscape, especially during a war. And if he were to be found out, would probably...
Oh no, you would lose all of your leverage within this war? So sad.
You don't have somebody lined up to take his place?
It's not so much about taking their place. And it's not so much that I have anyone that can take his place. That list you read. The reason that Arn's name is on it is because that's not Arn, which I'm sure you've come to learn. It's a clone, created by the cult of their temples.
Mm-hmm.
That list is a list of clones, either in here, in Allure, or in other places. It's interesting to know the names. I only knew of some of them in Allure, but the ones abroad, that troubles me even more. Considering as one of them is the king of Connacht.
Oh
Hmm.
shit.
That's good news for us. I
Uh,
don't say that
so-
out loud.
I mean, it's good news for me. Could leverage that. Yeah.
But hopefully that just underlines the threat that this cult serves, not just to Allure, but to the world.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, I know.
understand, yes?
You don't have to sell us on the
I didn't think I would have to. Now,
We just think you're a piece of shit, that's all. So as long as you understand
No,
that, like,
I'm-
all the way through.
Well,
Well,
it's
I
also
suppose I'm-
if the task is bigger than initially thought, we might expect a bit more resources. You're saying you can't help us necessarily as openly as we prefer, but you know, travel accommodations, information networks, those things could also be useful.
Sumasu, I don't think you understand this relationship. I'm not your friend, or your ally, or your patron. This isn't even a bribe. The money I'm giving you is a pittance to try to deal with a situation that affects the world, and Alore. Your incentive is not my gold. It's in, well, this reminder, and he gestures to Juliana, that you personally will be affected by the outcome of your altruistic efforts against the cult. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, we don't want more resources, or at least I don't. We have resources of our own. Mostly just want to understand what your angle is. Like,
He's got
Hey,
something to
Taurus.
lose.
why would I'm trying to I'm racking my brain here.
You could just
Why
pay
on
somebody.
earth would you get involved with them?
Yeah, if you're gonna betray them, I gotta chime in. It's like, if you two are gonna be antagonistic in the end anyway, why'd you join up in the first place?
Yeah, like what was so juicy? Like,
Like I said, I have spies, and I have money. I
Yeah.
have that. I don't have access to ample cloning facilities. I don't have access to manpower. I don't have access to, well, I guess whatever their heathenistic sort of rituals are, their magic. And they
But
were willing to offer it.
but I don't know. It just seems like you took a shortcut when you have what, thousands of years in order to build something? Like,
Things were just lining up too perfectly, I'm afraid.
My question's more so is if why even utilize us if we were headed in different directions? I know we're a little bit of a thorn in your side, but from what it seems like, it barely matters. Why not just hire mercenaries from like the guild or from any of the other major towns?
Because, and I'm sure you don't believe me, but I respect your power. Adventurers are, you know, a dime a dozen. I could get anyone from the or the torch down in the Undercroft, but they're nothing compared to folks like you, with powerful magic and fervor of the gods on your side, and advanced training, and also a sort of intriguing motivation.
and
there's always
probably a
that
limited
personal
amount of
touch.
accountability and reconnection to you, just in case if it all goes tits up.
Sure. And you will know that you're a thorn in my side. If you fail against the cult, at least I've gotten rid of something that is a
You
problem.
know, it's a win-win. I understand.
Yeah. Just another individual who wants to reap the benefits of somebody else's hard work.
Just
I mean, that's the entire point of commission. Like, that's not something new.
This is not even commission
So-
and pittance.
You're recommending that we start with going to the vintners and trying to figure out what they know?
You could go there, but there's probably not a ton that you could find out there. The folks there are so dumb-witted.
That
Listen,
Okay, I'm gonna
There-
approach him as like,
where the fuck do we start?
like, listen, pointy man. If you want something done, then you had better start talking clearly. We need directions, and we need straight info.
they're temples in the Scablands.
Okay.
Their cult. They have all these cells in all the cities, but there is a group that is constantly moving and creating new identical temples using their magic. Um, some invocation of their archdevil, whatever. It creates those three-towered structures. I'm sure you've come across them. At least you came across one set of them with with Pran.
I'm gonna sit down on the chair and go like, how often do these come out? These structures.
They would show up once a year or so.
Ah, so they're casting. Okay, they got a high level spellcaster. They're casting Temple of the Gods repeatedly for a year.
Mm.
It means that if you can detect the sort of the magic, that once they're doing it, if you disrupt them for a single day, they're screwed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Good to know.
So we
That's
have to
a
go to
place
the
to start.
Scablins then.
If you can at least find one of these places, you might be able to find where they're making the next one. The places are too well guarded for my lower level spies to infiltrate. And I say they're abandoned, and I say they're well guarded. I understand that that is a contradiction. They always seem to leave behind some power. There was that Tanagrin in the Spires. There's that Death Tyrant in that other place in the Scablands.
You get it, you've been
There's
watching us.
some hag that controls one of the Mullick-Moor Scablan, or one of the Mullick-Moor towers. It's,
Hag?
Hold on a second. You're saying Tanagrin is connected with the cult then?
I don't know the nature of their connection. It seems to be almost at random.
The location was at least connected to the cult. She could have taken over an abandoned place, and maybe she wanted whatever power was left. Who knows? She could
Maybe.
be working with them.
Maybe
Also,
they
at this point-
invite them in. Who knows?
Maybe. I would like to try and sort of bite at my finger, and I want to see if blood will open this box. And I'm going to try and do it subtly in front of him.
Could I just make a distraction for you?
I'm just literally kind of doing that weird casual talking thing where you just put your finger in your mouth and you're kind of getting food out of it, and I'm just gonna just bite down real hard with my thumb.
I'm gonna just, if she'd make a deception check, I want to try and help her out by just I'm gonna start asking him has he not been worried about a temple appearing here possibly then? Erecting somewhere
I have
in
a
the
question.
Underdark.
Actually, I'm gonna ask a genuine question about what's the duration between what's the time elapsed between the last temple's formation and the current status? It says once a year, so is it has been 6 months, 7 months, that kind of jazz?
believe the latest one happened several months ago. It was in Mullick-Moor, not too far away from the other one.
Okay, not too far away from the other one. Okay, so which order were they discovered? Is it Tanagrin first or Mullick-Moor first? I'm trying to determine if our search pattern should go in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion.
Like the way we've discovered them?
I don't know the exact order, I'm afraid. I just know the latest two in Mullick-Moor.
I'm trying to remember back when we were PC, the earlier PC portion. Because we found one temple and we found a second one.
We
You
found two that were
two-
really close.
You found two really close, identical temples in Mullick-Moor.
One was active, one was not.
So the active one would be the newer one. That was the one we infiltrated.
Well,
do we gotta go back to
regardless,
the-
these
Mhm.
places are hidden from scrying as well. You would need to get out there yourselves, do some legwork.
Yeah, no, I assumed as much. Okay,
Mao,
yeah.
you're doing your
Blood
thing,
mini.
yes?
Yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check.
And
Are you
she has
trying to
advantage.
do this hiding-wise, or?
I'm kind of just doing it right in front, but again, it's just more of the subtle gesture of biting my finger.
Like biting your
that's
cuticles and
Yeah.
trying to rip open your cuticles.
Yeah.
Which is
It's not really I'm
it's
gonna
like a
cut my hand
nervous
open.
habit because she's already not keeping her cool.
Yeah.
So I think she's trying to hide it that way.
So it could be deception. I guess that's your call. I was just thinking, just kind of being quick.
No, it's
Do
definitely a sleight of hand. I just from the description, it's either like I'm being very overt about it, or I'm being very sneaky about it, but I can't tell which one you were doing.
I guess more overt is just moving my hand so that way it's not noticed.
You're doing it
So it's not
overt, so
sneaky.
you're not
You're
noticed.
doing
I'm
a subtle gesture, but you're
Yeah.
not drawing attention to
Yeah.
it.
I'm not like dashing my hand around trying to be quick. I literally have my finger in my mouth and I'm chewing on something.
Still would be a sneaky thing in terms
Yeah.
of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so Ali, like he was just asking if it's gonna be sneak or.
Are you trying to
overt.
sneak, or are you trying to show off in front of a Taurus and go, I'm gonna rip some blood?
Look, if I was sitting and talking to you right in front of you right
Hold on,
now
hold
and nibbling
I
on a hand,
understand
you wouldn't
now.
know.
I
But
understand now, but
yeah.
I couldn't
Whatever you
understand from what you were saying.
Mechanically, it's a sneak.
Okay.
Mechanically, it's a sneak, and a 29 is more than enough to slip over a Taurus. Although he is, like, observing you, maybe I should actually roll.
Do it.
Since a Taurus doesn't get to roll very often. Let's do perception poo. Okay. Yeah, he
Also-
managed to not notice it. You cut yourself on your finger and then let the blood drape onto the puzzle box. It glows slightly, but melts.
I mean, he'd obviously noticed that part at least. Also, are those devil skulls that are on top of the motif above the curtains?
No, those
Oh,
are
okay.
those are elf faces.
Okay.
They're
I mean, they're the same thing to me.
crudely
yeah.
drawn. They're the same thing to me.
To any non elven race, they're the same thing.
A Taurus notices the thing glowing. What's happening? What did you do?
Mm.
Mm.
Well,
Maybe
you should
just
leave
got comfortable
here.
with me.
You should leave here
Yeah.
now before something happens. I don't want it to open here and have the cult realize that it's been opened. I have no idea what the nature of that thing is.
Does he seem genuinely frightened?
He seems genuinely annoyed.
Hmm.
Now, Juliana, she looks away, like as she's been like at Boom Crash's side this entire time.
Yeah, and Boom Crash has been like holding her hand and like rubbing her back and just being generally like very comforting while she's focusing on this thing.
Now, Juliana, I've told you that you're going to stay here while your friends are on their journey. You should say your goodbyes now. But you will be freed, of course, once they return. Assuming that they're successful. And as
We
I've
will be
promised
successful.
Boom Crash, you will be able to talk once a week to her through a sending spell.
Is that okay? Boom Crash is ignoring a Taurus and is looking at Juliana.
It have to be.
Okay. It's and Boom Crash telepathically, like not in front, is like, are you sure you're okay? It's. Do you want to do a smash and grab now?
Meta-wise, I was actually thinking of something. Mon, you got silence prepared, right?
Oh, let me check. I should. Hold on. No, I do not. Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Sorry.
If we want to do a smash and grab, you use silence, I use hold person, we force him to use some counter spells, then Boom Crash uses the teleportation and we're out.
So you want me to start?
I'm asking. This is I like.
Okay,
I yelled at Boom Crash
it's
and,
gonna
like,
be dependent on Juliana. Like,
Yeah.
this. I boom Crash to get me in the mental like and be like, this might be our only chance. If you want to just do a teleport out of here, we could try and scrap him with our spells.
it's let's see. So what is Juliana saying? It's like how scared is she of the situation, or is she willing to wait?
She seems scared at this prospect. Her hands are shaking, and she kind of looks at you and telepathically says, thanks to your telepathy, it's too dangerous. You'll die.
Okay. Okay, we'll try this the cordial way then. I'm
He also-
sorry it's been taking so long.
He also has magic on me. I don't know what he's cast.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay.
Got
then
it.
That's fair.
That's good
Okay.
enough.
Chaos!
Yep. Plan off.
So,
Okay.
I don't know if it helps. He talks to the mirror at night. That's all I know.
Okay.
And her eye darts to that mirror in the corner of the room.
Okay.
Just leave me here.
Okay.
I'll be fine. He's done nothing to harm me.
Got it. Oh, by the way, Taurus, we stumbled on something that I don't know, maybe you might want it back. And she takes the bangle that she got from the gravesite off her wrist and puts it on the table and just sort of goes wandering around, sort of checking things out. And she's going to mosey over to the mirror and check out her kintsugi beak in the mirror and see if we can do a subtle arcana check.
Sure. As you head over to the mirror, he looks down at the bangle on the table and picks it up, tumbling it over in his fingers. Where did you get this?
While we were traveling around, you know. Some gravesite that was being looted by... was he a cultist or was he just a weirdo?
I don't know, some
I'm
weird, yeah,
Necromancer?
Mm.
a dark paladin. Or a dark cleric, whatever.
Anti-paladin?
Sure.
No.
He was pale and creepy, and he had his weird little undead things attack us.
Necromancer of some sort.
Sure.
And where was this grave?
I honestly don't remember.
Somewhere
I
in a
can
swamp.
send people to look into it. Maybe it's more cult activity.
It could be. It was something gardens.
By
It was abandoned for at least a century, it looks like.
Ephemeral?
Yeah, ephemeral. That's it.
Old Themeral. Well, I'm familiar with the place. I can send some people to look into it. Boom
Okay.
Crash, make an Arcana check as you're absently talking to a Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
Pruning a few feathers.
Artichoke, pretty please.
Nice, nice.
You, with a quick glance over the frame of this mirror, there is most definitely a divination spell on the mirror itself. You also see a strange spread of items on the table that's noticeably unique. There's a small golden chalice, but it's too small to be an actual thing. It's more like a keychain. There's a kind of large gold coin and a large silver coin of a foreign sort of appearance. There's an emerald dragonfly brooch.
Mm-hmm.
And words, right, guys? As well as a elaborate brass key, just kind of next to a small ruby fork.
What can I grab? What can I sleight of hand?
They're all pocketable.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I'm
he'll
gonna...
obviously know once he
Yeah.
goes and looks.
Yeah, no, it's... I'm just wondering if I could, pick up the dragonfly brooch and, slip something else that's, close to the edge into my sleeve. So, what do we want? What sounds most interesting? I'm kind of curious
know.
about either the coins or the cup.
I would say the coins are weird, but the cup might be the most interesting.
Okay. Itty bitty cup. Try and slip that into my billowing sleeves while I'm sort of like looking at the dragonfly brooch.
Make it, yep.
I bet he uses it for makeup.
You guys steal so much shit.
Yes, we do.
Look, I was offered the food at the party, and this box was offered to me. I have stolen nothing today.
The food we didn't technically steal, we just ate.
Yeah, I've only given people things today. Shrimp tails and weird stuff.
And trauma.
God, you must smell so bad right now.
She's still got a few in her pocket, yeah. Saving them for later, see if she could slip one on a Taurus, but he's a little far away.
I'm just leaving his seats.
Put one in his shield golem, he won't notice for a while.
Elena leaves some raisins on his carpet.
Alright, Boom Crash. As you're, powdering your Kintsugi nose, a Taurus seems slightly uncomfortable with the thing that you've presented to him, and he notices you near the mirror and says, please stay away from that.
She sort of gives him a look and is like, you've never objected to me being close to mirrors before.
We're talking.
And she's vain sometimes. Look at what she's wearing.
Mao, you don't have to call me out like that.
I'm just saying.
not what
She
all Pinkus
sort of
are.
plops the dragonfly brooch down and like wanders back over, looks at Gwyn, and is like, Gwyn, name sounds familiar too. I can't say why. And then sort of keeps on meandering back around.
Power play?
I think you have enough to go on for the cult. You have those temples, you have Briareus and his appearance.
We'll figure something out, and I guess if we run into anything mildly interesting, we know how to get in touch with one another.
Yes. Do you still have that sending ring, or did you get rid of that?
No, I had a bit of an emotional outburst, and I chucked it.
Don't worry. I can get you another one.
That's why? I know sending now. It's not that big a deal.
Very well.
I
If she
think
wants
there's
to talk to
also
you, she'll know when.
there's also, what is it? That elf fellow in the near the Three Ravens. Doesn't he have like a scroll walkie-talkie thing? I don't know. Whatever. It's not necessary.
I could get one. It's going to be hard to cast sending on me if I'm in my office.
Is it warded against sending?
Well, surely you've tried to scry on me before.
I
It's
mean,
warded against most things. A simple private sanctum spell.
oh,
Don't worry, I'll just throw a rock next time we're here. You'll see, you'll notice it.
I
If you
mean,
can reach this floor.
I guess.
I mean, that's a bird, ain't it? I'm gonna point at Boom Crash.
Any objections, I guess, to getting a sending ring?
I mean, it's gonna require attunement, isn't it?
No.
He's already scrying us on us as is.
Your
so-
sending stones do not require attunement, neither would this
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess so.
It's just a power thing. Honestly, I'd say no, because we can just meet up here, and you can wait and suffer and hope that everything has gone well. And if it hasn't
Yeah.
gone well, you'll get attacked by the cult, and oh no! So
Yeah,
sad.
that is
Very
true.
well.
And we can just send messengers. Anyway,
You can
it's fine.
see me at my tower, or you can see me at my office, or you can send a messenger, whatever you wish.
Yeah, we'll
Juliana
figure
will
it
be
out.
here under my care.
Okay. And Juliana, well, I'll see you again as soon as I can, okay? Be well.
Stay safe.
You
And
too.
come back in one piece.
I'll do my best. Giblet, you take care. Good care of her, okay, buddy?
The bat flies
Excellent.
down from the ceiling and lands on Juliana's shoulder. She waves to you, and the hand just kind of like goes down a bit slowly, and
Yeah.
she frowns a bit.
Give her like one last like good little like squeeze, and then turn away. Gotta leave in order to come back.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you
let's
all.
go.
and go back to the ballroom.
Oh, I
Looks
was
like.
hoping to open the window, but okay.
Do you want to open the window?
Actually, you know what? Um, I, I want to tell opening. It's like, oh, we're leaving, huh? And I'm just gonna open the window and see if HR objects.
He sees you going towards the window and goes, "I wouldn't do that if I were you."
Why not?
We can get out from this level.
Well, the windows are trapped, you see. Can't have the Raven popping in anytime she wants.
Ah, okay. Good to know. I was like, fine. We'll take the stairs then. Now we know.
Is there a way that we can just sort of leave this party? We can just let's just
We
ditch.
walk out.
Yeah, you
we
can just
ditch.
walk out. I was about to say that the gala is winding down.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank God. Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Only reason I wanted to dick around the window was just to see if there's any kind of traps or whatever, which
Mm.
confirmed it.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
there
we
were
confirmed
spells
that they were trapped.
around it. You just didn't quite know exactly what spell. I need to get the tower, dude.
Power word kill when you open the window.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So
Fuck.
many dead maids.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good trap.
Mm.
All right, you guys leave a Taurus's tower. It's a long journey down there, and the tower watchers escort you from the 7th floor down to the ballroom. Then some other guards escort you from the elevator down to the 1st floor. And people are leaving. They're having a time of their lives. They have really no clue that there's anything wrong going on, especially not at a Taurus's fun little party. They just were there for cocktails and shrimp, and maybe a little too much shrimp in some people's pockets. But you guys leave with a sense of unquiet.
Foreboding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the box still glowing?
Uh,
Or did it just kind of
it just kind of
little
glowed
bit?
a bit, but it didn't do anything.
Well, we should probably do this in private. I'm assuming that we want to do this now.
Sooner rather than later. Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have a puzzle box.
Go to
It
Let's
is a
open.
puzzle box. It doesn't just open.
Oh God, do you have a puzzle prepared for this?
No,
Okay, so this
No,
is this
God, no.
intelligent check then?
this is intelligence checks.
Okay, so can we do things to help with this then?
You can
Yeah.
certainly try, but I'd probably only allow one person to help at a time because it's. I mean, have you tried to help somebody with one of those like ring puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of those Simpsons episodes. Like now, like Marge is like, now remember I put the Rubik's cube down in the basement in the first place.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
I'm just
Comfort.
thinking more like if we have the right kind of spells, maybe we could lower the DC or some shit, you know.
Well,
Like,
a
Boomcraft
Taurus
might-
couldn't open it with magic, so
hmm
Okay.
Wait, so Devil Sight isn't doing shit with this?
Why would it? That only allows us to see,
See in the
allows me to
dark.
see in pure darkness.
Oh, I thought I was thinking the magical one.
No,
The
no,
true sight
I
one.
don't have that one. It's who has the highest intelligence check? Mine is
You.
+3.
It's you. You're the wizard. Get up
Okay.
with it.
But I've been surprised before, so Boom Crash is going to lean over Mal's shoulder and start helping her and doing assists.
all right.
All right.
Then I'm gonna need an intelligence check.
I'm just throwing it out there. I have no clue what this is, so please tell me you're at least prepared.
No, we're
Um,
not.
Let's find a spot and we can take out our weapons just in case. I've been
In
feeling
Biff's
like-
apartment. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll sit in the chair.
Okay, so
Sit in-
we're in Biff's apartment then. We're
Or-
establishing
yeah.
that. Okay.
And
Yeah.
what's the
No, not sitting in it while you say it.
no, but what is the word again?
Slut
Tell me telepathically. You don't have to say it out
I say
loud.
it telepathically.
Okay. But what is it? Player
shamer.
character
A
forgot.
Slut shamer.
Slut shamer. Okay.
Player character forgot. Please tell me. Please tell me.
This is important. I want to know.
What's the roll, DM?
Intelligence.
Yes.
Check.
That Boom Crash was
Smartness. It's just an
rolling
intelligence
the thing.
check.
Mhm.
Someone was giving someone advantage.
That's a
Yes.
great advantage.
I thought it was Boom Crash rolling because she had the higher intelligence.
Oh, I thought
think
Mao
Boom
had
Crash
to
can
be the one
open
to
it.
open it.
Oh.
And you guys can
Because-
try. Ator said only devil blood, so
Devil blood, yeah.
Which
so
I-
it kind of has to be Mao.
yeah, which I make sure I kind of cut my thumb again and try and open it.
Fiddle with the puzzle box for a while before you start finding like moving pieces. They're like little fleurs or flourishes, like licked with little barbs on the ends. Not so much that they harm you, but that's just like the stylistic choice that they've taken. Kind of like one of those spiky dice almost that you can get like 3D printed.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure, like that. And there's like almost Celtic knot patterns woven from these like barbed fleurs as you turn them clockwise and hear like little grindings of gears inside. But nothing's really coming out to you for the first like few hours of this puzzle. It's a shame that he couldn't have just given it to you almost solved.
He probably touched it and moved it in a weird way, and he actually made it worse. So I have to fix all of his problems, and then what it actually is.
You can blame it on whatever you want.
Sure.
You puzzle with it for a while before like Zumasu and Amon just like go out and get some like food for you guys and then come back and you're
We're all
still
fooded out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're probably just. I just get water.
Yeah.
then you
it's
get water from the
rehydration
local
time.
well. Yeah, it's
I'm-
it's going on really late at night and you can stay up all night and try again, but otherwise you'd need to wait until morning.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna take the scrying orb actually, if that's the case, and see if I can find real ostrich.
Sure. Yeah, you got
Cool.
plenty of time.
Do it.
Now's taking her sweet time.
I'm switching out my parry app for this, so I'll just have it on call.
That's
Okay.
probably not the best of choices. Also, I could ask for help.
You're getting help from me. You have advantage.
I meant specifically the source of dickery that wants this box open.
Oh, Briarius.
No, don't. I just give it another try. Just pull an all-nighter.
You're gonna call Nintendo to figure out how to do the puzzle?
I'll tell you to buy a new one.
Well, yeah, Zumasu, you attune to the new scrying. You become the new
remove it from my
attuned
inventory.
person.
So
Alright, and then Zumasu, I would add it to yours if it's
Yep,
if
I
that's
just
the way
did.
it's happening.
Mhm.
Right. Now you continue to make your intelligence checks, and think you've made some headway. You've pushed one of the sides apart, and revealed yet more puzzle.
Fuck.
Now something is caught on something else, and it seems that you need to get that undone. But this one's more tricky. This one's more of a
These
this one's more like
tools?
the wire puzzle. You would need to make a sleight of hand check for this. Meanwhile, Zumasu, are you doing anything with your orb?
Is- I was looking at ostrich. See if
Sure.
there's a real ostrich.
You focus on ostrich, and you see them. You see them. They appear in a sort of like bunk next to like a cobbled stone wall. Seems like there's other people around them.
Does
But
it
they're-
look like this is? So it looks.
It doesn't look like the Gala or a Taurus's tower.
It's not fancy.
It looks to be kind of run down. There's like moisture on the wall almost, but they are fast asleep.
Okay, I let the others know. I think there's a real ostrich at least.
okay, cool. That's nice. I don't feel as dirty.
Only
Yeah.
partially.
Only a little dirty.
A little muddy, if you will.
Gross.
Perfect.
My perception of them has been muddied.
Right, Mao, this part comes a bit easier to you. You're able to get this sleight of hand thing done, and you pull out a little piece that seems to serve as a key to another part of the puzzle. I'm gonna need you to make another intelligence check.
It's just a puzzle on top of a puzzle. If this is supposed to be torture, it's winning.
Also, I'm gonna need a Constitution save from you, because you've been up all night at this.
Does she
Right.
at least get my aura?
Not really for this.
So intelligence check and a constitution check?
Do the constitution check first.
As a person who regularly stays up till like 3 a.m., I'm just going like, psh, that's nothing.
Yeah. No, I'm a night owl.
Alright, your curiosity encourages you to keep going, and you manage to, even in the darkness of the, candlelight, as the sun starts to rise over the undercroft, you're still at this thing. Make an intelligence check, and you won't gain exhaustion, so that won't affect it.
Was I receiving help from Boop Crash?
Yeah, of course.
Boom Crash, make a constitution save.
Oh yeah, I need to do that too. Sorry.
Sleepy time.
Con save.
Okay. You managed to stay up late as well. You were preparing for this night, and even though it was quite an ordeal to go through, and you're all socialed out for at least a week.
Way to encourage coffee lock.
Oh yes. I still have that saved.
You managed to stay up all night and help Mao with this. Mao is starting to get a little hazy and is getting really frustrated with the puzzle box and kind of tosses it to the side. But Boom Crash, you're able to encourage Mao with
Keep
a little.
it going. You can do it.
Yeah, you poke a little gear and go like, wait, maybe this part has something to do with it? And Mao picks up and goes, of course! And with that nat 22, manages to finally take apart this sort of steel cage that served as the box. Inside is a smaller box, but this one is just not metallic.
I'm gonna be so mad.
It's not like the gilded sort of filigree that the outside cage was, but the inside is just a simple iron with small runes on it written in Infernal. I think you can speak Infernal.
I can.
They say one of Batorian blood may enter.
What the fuck does that mean? I say it out loud and be like, enter. What?
It probably means to open.
Maybe. Maybe some weird translation thing doesn't quite cross.
I grip my sword. Get ready in case we teleported.
Wait, hold on. Is it morning?
It is morning.
It is.
I cast another one of the spells for Zuzu's cursed fucking sword. Because I'm keeping that up, so I constantly have. So Nistel's magic aura, I only have one slot of that left, so I am gonna have to sleep tonight.
What were we doing for that again?
It was for the sword to prevent it from being viewed as an evil sword.
So
yes.
it has some minor, I think it was like transmutation.
Yeah, it's like turning into a
Magic
butter
on it.
knife.
Yeah, it was transmutation because that's
It
the
looks
most
like
obvious.
it looks like it's a +1 magic sword. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like it's a
Yeah,
God
I just
slaying
forgot the
evil
purpose
sword.
of it, but I'm glad
Yeah.
you're keeping track.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, you don't really know what it means, Mal, but what do you want to do with it?
Pick at my scab and I will squeeze out a little drop of blood on top of it and just hold it at arm's length.
It glows the same color as before. The glowing is coming from the runes, which was obscured by the cage. You hear like a little click from inside. You notice a seam along the center bisecting this iron box.
Does anybody want to Arcana check this to make sure I'm not gonna touch it and explode or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll do a.
You have resistance to fire damage. You can handle this. Go
That's the
for it.
problem. I have resistance to fire damage. None of you do. And I'm not living
I'm
that
gonna
again.
I'm
My
gonna do an
armor has
Arcana check.
resistance.
This could be the second house you set on fire. Alright, with your Arcana, you can't tell what's inside, but the runes on the front seem to just be some sort of abjuration spell, akin to an arcane lock. But
Okay.
stronger.
Nothing
situational.
evocation.
Nothing
Yeah,
of
it just seems
sorts.
to be an evocation thing.
That's fine. Just would like to not blow up another person I care about. So here we go. Let's open it up.
I get close by to everybody, so they got aura.
All huddling around your shield.
Open it up. Inside, there is a sudden, like, flowing of blood.
Okay.
And it, like, spills all over you as you open the box. As soon as it ends, you can see, like, there's something moving inside the lower half of this box that you've taken off. You look around inside. It's a twitching, pointed tongue, like a piercing at the tip of like a golden ring. But it's just a severed tongue lying in this box. The tongue
And
is
it's
carved
moving?
and scarred various runes in Infernal that you're not sure what they say. They mostly seem to be some sort of magic of sorts. Like they're magical runes in the Infernal script. So they don't mean anything but nonsense to you.
Okay.
And it is twitching, yes.
Yeah, this makes more questions than answers anything. Fuck.
Put it on your mouth. Let's see
Ew.
what happens.
What?
Hey,
It's a tongue,
you were
right?
fine with biting yourself earlier.
That's
Can I,
me
like-
biting myself. This isn't me.
Can I do like a religion check or anything on this?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
I pick it up with like the forefinger and my thumb, just like, ew.
Thankfully, it has that handy ring on the end that you're able to like hold it up with.
Tongue piercings are rodent teeth. They're not good.
Yeah, you do not know what this could mean, Zumasu, but that tongue does not look human from the best of your estimations.
Boom Crash is gonna start casting detect magic on it.
Sure.
Okay.
As you detect magic, the spell goes through, and I need to look something up. Hold on.
That's always a good sign.
Just more questions.
I'll say
Hey, be
that
right back.
I'll say that you sense a strong form of necromancy on it, as well
Fair.
as a strong form of abjuration.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's necromancy and abjuration, I believe.
Okay.
I'll
So-
lift it up to kind of look at it closer. Does it try to like move toward my mouth or anything weird?
Just seems to be twitching of its own accord.
Oh God. Like,
Eat it.
It's infrequent, like once every few seconds it'll just like whinge.
I'm gonna take out the dagger and see if I can. Do you mind if I cut it maybe a little bit?
I could poke it.
Yeah, you want to see if we can make it bleed?
It is already bleeding, you notice after a while. From the point when it was severed, there's just like a bit of blood trickling out at all times.
It's like that scene from Hellboy with Rasputin rising out of blood, and it's just like he's just covered in blood.
Yeah, seems the box was filled with this thing's blood.
I hate this, Chris, but I'll fucking go along with your goddamn storyline and see what the fuck is happening. I'll take a bite out of it.
Okay,
What?
you take a bite out of it.
Why would you do that?
Wait, you mean out of the tongue?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Why would you do that? That's a
just-
terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea, but now I want to see what happens.
Look, it's a yes and kind of situation.
It tastes awful.
Irony, yep, iron,
tastes-
copper, pretty
Tastes
gross.
like, yeah. It tastes like
Rotting
copper.
cow tongue.
No,
And, ugh.
probably not rotting.
No, it's well preserved.
Yeah.
So it's like a jerky metal jerky.
No,
But,
it's
like-
it's well preserved as in this could have been cut off 1 second ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I kind of got from that.
That-
Like the
that's
necromancy
me.
is preserving it.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Tough is it?
far.
Tongue is weird to eat.
It's tough though, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
mostly...
No,
I-
tongue is
It's a
super
weird
tender.
texture.
Tongue can be like you have to cook it just right, and it's really, really good. You have to take.
Okay.
You have to
It
remove
is.
the
I've
I
never
outside
just-
cut
layer
your
texture.
well.
I just can't
Okay.
get over the fact of the texture of
Yeah.
the thing because I'm like,
'Cause-
this could be my tongue.
Literally, I've cooked it twice for Chris, and he always freaks out about the first part. And I'm like, you remove that and you eat around it. Nope.
Mm.
Texture.
Man,
Ew,
you guys are
gross,
just-
gross, gross. Anyway, your disembodied tongue, you bite into it, and you take a chunk off. It
Alright.
tastes really gross.
Doesn't try to like attach to my mouth or anything. I don't know.
It doesn't seem to be trying.
I gotta karate chop her in the back of the head. It's like, spit that out.
Ugh.
She spits it out onto the ground, and it
Like cure wounds it.
it sizzles on the ground before fizzling into ash. You see that the tongue has regrown the piece that was bitten from it.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with it.
Okay. Wait. Can no one cast identify on this?
I can. I just
Need a nap.
I need a nap.
Did we
Okay,
take an
but I'm
hour
gonna-
nap?
Nope.
It's a wizard spell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use up my wizard slots.
Sure.
Fuck it, because I'm planning on doing like a long rest after this.
Yeah.
But
as
yeah.
long as it's prepared, then you'll
Yeah.
be able to cast it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can ritual cast it anyway. you
Yeah.
have it
So
prepared.
yeah, I'm taking the 1 minute casting time for the ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
You identify the object. With your ivory rods. Wait, no, that's for legend lore.
It's for
Either
legend
way.
lore.
What's identify?
Oh, identify as hold on. Why did I ever close this?
Oh, it's a pearl and an owl feather. Interesting. Okay. I don't know how that shit works. You draw some magical glyphs onto the table around the object, circling it, and then kind of just like spin them around as you land on what sort of magic this thing holds. It is obviously magical, and well, the object is a magic item that requires attunement. The only way to attune with it is to cut out one's tongue and replace it.
Oh no. Oh no.
What spells are affecting the item, and what are they?
There is not a specific spell that is affecting the item, but yeah, I'm gonna say that you actually would need something stronger to figure
Okay.
out the lore
Well,
of this
can
item.
Can I
Alright,
do
so-
Can we do new religion checks on this, me and Amon? Since
We
we got
also-
new info.
Yeah, we also learned how many charges it has, if any.
It doesn't have any charges.
Okay, good. Well, I just figured I'd throw it in there.
Okay.
Because meta-wise, this is Hand of Vecna shit. But
Yeah.
I'm seeing if me or Amon would know religion things about this possibly, since we just got a bunch of
Yeah.
info.
And I also only have one casting of legend lore. Like I
Okay.
only have components for one more casting of it. So I'm game to do it. Just let me know.
I am not willing to cut out my own tongue and be conscious.
The
Zumasu,
king
from
of
the
lies.
sounds of it, this is definitely some devil shit. I mean, that was apparent from the start, but you think that this is specifically a devil's tongue.
That's it. Okay.
But what
I
do we
figured
get
that.
from it?
Uh,
Yeah. Is there like a devil deity or devil lord that's like more related
Oh.
to speaking? Well, I guess they're
Oh.
all sort of silver tongues.
I guess the big question is this: should we destroy it?
I kind of wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't be opposed to it either, but we should also legend lore it, maybe.
Oh,
So we
like
know what the hell it is.
destruction doesn't curse us or whatever.
Yeah,
We could
because
go to
legend
Enel.
lore gave us details on Black Razor and how to sort of do all of that shit with it.
Right.
Um,
The cult wants this, whatever this is, and whatever
Yeah.
it does. And they want me to bring it to them, or at least they assume I'm going to. So,
Okay.
and that also means if it's in my mouth, that's gonna be a problem because it's still walking it through the front door.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's a devil's thing and needs attunement, my half me says is it would probably possess you, type shit. Devils
Okay.
deals with contracts and shit. Maybe you get powers related to that, but that would be bad.
You can always cut it out afterward and then be a mute, or magic
Regeneration.
spells. Yeah, that's fine. This is great.
Yeah,
This
you,
is-
you guys are getting way too reckless just because I have regeneration now.
Hey,
Um,
I'll pay you.
wait.
I saw how
are
you grabbed that
Are you
box.
casting Legend Lore, or are we gonna wait to go to Anel's or whatever?
I thought I'm not trusting Enel with this. I'm casting Legend Lore.
Okay,
Yeah.
Legend Lore.
All right. So you toss the ivory rods, and with the incense burning, you kind of enter this stupor state as you read the rods, and their runes that are etched on their surface glow and start to spin around in the air. You draw them into a sense of cohesion, and then start to speak, almost with a voice that isn't your own. And you start to tell the tale, or at least some information, of this fiendish contract. This object is a devil's contract that was made between a devil and a mortal. And the nature of the contract is, well, only to be spoken of by the contract itself. And it can only, as most contracts, be voided if both parties are, privy to the contract, unless there is something in the contract itself that would merit its being voided. Destroying the object is impossible. It cannot be destroyed until the contract has been fulfilled.
It's kind of sketchy.
What if it? Wait, couldn't it also be destroyed if it's voided too?
No. If it's void, it means that it's not fulfilled, so it can't be destroyed.
Oh.
Well, here is another thing. It can be... the contract can be voided in another way. The lore spell tells you. It can be brought to the place where the deal was made and reunited with its owner,
Huh.
who is
Oh.
presumably still in existence.
Does the lore not say who started the contract? Doesn't give us any names or anything?
It does not relinquish the names. Those are for the contract itself.
Ugh.
Does the frozen? What did we find? We found a frozen Balnor. Is that guy
The-
missing a tongue? Oh wait, was Balnor?
It was a Baylor, yeah, but
Yeah, Baylors are devils, right?
They're demons.
yes.
Oh, they're demons.
are
Never
they?
mind. Wrong classification.
Pit fiends are devils.
Right.
That's
I
what I
get
was
those two
thinking.
mixed up.
Yep. Never mind.
Well, if we fuck. We can figure out exactly what it is. This seems really sketchy. Look, if it's like a contract that you can't even get out of, what's the point of taking it? You don't know what you're doing.
I get that feeling. Probably cult leader wants to either activate the contract or return it to its original host or something.
Put it back in its little blood box.
Might be for the best.
Ugh.
Put it
Do
in
not-
its blood box.
I do not close the puzzle box, though. I do not want to fucking do all that again.
I mean, why not? Makes it so whoever gets it will have a bit of trouble opening it up again. You know how to solve it once, right? You can do it again now. But hold on, should we put something in there with it, just to, keep an eye on it?
Like what?
Nah, just
No.
something we can scry on it.
We can
I don't
spray
know.
on the box.
We're already familiar with the interior of contents.
Yeah.
Guess that's true.
We're just not familiar with what the contract is.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it will speak the contract once attuned to.
But that's not fair.
We could always find a horse or something. It'd be the worst
Do you want
kind
to
of thing.
summon a pony for this, Mr. Compassion?
Put the tongue in the horse? No, I could just.
Elena, come here.
No, I wouldn't summon my own horse. I'd find a wild horse.
Yeah, like that
Horse.
makes it better.
Makes it
I
real
don't
better.
know them, so
I don't
it's
know
not
them,
my
so-
problem.
I wouldn't have to go into the office to see them.
You know, more hanging out with you guys, I realized I'm the one playing the evil character, but maybe not.
It's yeah, Zoo, come on.
I could figure out exactly what this does probably pretty quickly. They already know I have the box.
Do they?
They
I don't
Well,
think they
did you
do.
actually say that?
Mao
I-
didn't tell anybody.
I didn't tell. Now makes a face like, kinda during the party before I actually got the box, maybe.
Oh, we need to get out of here then.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not great.
No, they assume that I'm just gonna bring it to them. So if
Oh,
it's
they
important,
probably. Wait, wouldn't that mean they'd assume you'd then probably put it in your mouth? They know what it would do, and then you go bring yourself to them?
probably that's the reason why I don't want to put it in my mouth.
Yeah, so don't put it in your mouth.
That's why I was going to. Well, look, if it gives me a shit ton of power and I can hit some spells, look, I could be all magic-y like you guys. It'd be awesome.
I
Yeah,
gotta
but
smack
your
you
whole
in the back of the
Ow.
head and say like no, don't think that way.
Your whole shtick has literally been, I don't want to be under someone else's control. And if
And-
you put that in your mouth, you will probably be under someone else's control.
Fair. But we can't destroy it.
Yeah, that's why I'm
And they
saying,
want it.
unfortunately, the most humane thing might be is a sacrificial lamb of sorts.
And put it in a sheep?
This is
Yeah.
going under the sink, and a child lock is going in place. Do not put this in your mouth.
I mean, I don't know what the stipulations are, but sacrificial lamb could work. Just let's go buy a fresh farm animal and see what happens.
That's horrifying. It's already too. I've already said that I have it. I'm just gonna ask.
Oh, you're gonna contact him?
Yeah, that stupid ring or the sending stone. Still have it.
You know what? Hold off on that. And I look to Boom Crash, who's like probably like trying hard to stay awake.
We should nap.
We take a rest, then you maybe ask something, and we probably don't come back to this place, unfortunately, for a bit.
That's fine.
I think that's fair.
Okay, let's go take a little nap, Boom Crash. I'm just gonna get us some breakfast for when you wake up.
Gonna
Okay.
get us a whole goat for breakfast.
Yeah,
Live
I'm
goat
gonna
for
also bring
breakfast
us
that
a
is
fresh
going to
goat
live.
just in case. Just in case.
Just cut out your Fabashi's tongue.
Na's not gonna be happy if I do that. She's already like hissing at me.
Weird bunny snake tongue.
Remember that time that you sucked all the breath out of your familiar so that you could live while it died?
I summoned it back again.
It remembered.
Elena remembered that.
Alright, so
Clementine will remember that.
long rest, and then
Yeah.
I am buying a goat. How much does a goat cost?
Believe it's in the DM or in the player's handbook, but I'm not gonna
I'll
look it
look-
up. I'm
I'll
gonna
look it up.
it's probably like 5 silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably like maybe I'll be conservative here in Allure and say it's like 2 gold to get livestock here.
Oh, you're getting
Dem-
ripped up, buddy.
Well, it's more expensive in the city.
It has to be imported.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, that's probably travel cost and stuff.
You gotta go to the butcher, and the butcher's gonna be like, "Well, I can sell all this to like many people. You're gonna take away my
You
customers."
said it was how much gold?
2.
Yeah, I'll awkwardly go buy a goat and bring it
You can
back.
use a Taurus's funds. He gave you 10,000 gold.
No,
No,
those
I-
are Amon's now.
Those
Yeah.
are months. I
Yes.
use my own gold for this scheme. So I get us breakfast. I'll take out 3 gold so that I got us breakfast and I got us a goat.
Okay.
Wait,
You come
wanna
back
give
with
me-
a goat and say, "I got breakfast."
Well, I also have breakfast. I said it was 2 gold for the goat, and then I just, got general breakfast goods.
I know, I'm aware. You also
Okay.
come back with a goat and say, "I got breakfast." His name is Breakfast.
He does not have a name. We are not naming this goat.
I'm naming
His
a
name
black
is the
Phil-
last thing that you ate.
No, I'm
It's-
naming a. I'm naming
You're
a black. Phillip.
literally creating an Azazel, a scapegoat.
you
Yes, I am aware.
don't even know
Okay.
if this is gonna make the goat extra smart. What if we're bringing around like some sort of like? This
Have
would be
you
the
guys-
worst devil
there's-
ever.
There's
Hey.
like 80% chance that this goat
What's-
will turn into a devil as
Hey.
soon as we do it.
What's
but-
Amon trying to say?
Have you
Yeah.
guys seen the movie Vitch?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
the witch? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black Phillip.
Yeah, we gotta make Black Phillip. Is that what you really
Yes.
want to do?
Yes. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? Yes, I want to live deliciously.
turns into goat.
Turns into goat.
Oh.
Well, if you want to do the whole goat thing, that's on you.
I mean, do we want to call the guy or do we want to do the goat thing? Both are
think-
kind of bad, and I admit that, but I'm kind of more okay with the sacrificial goat.
I mean, if we've come back, like you guys have done your shopping, we had a long rest. I'd rather message first.
Okay.
He already knows that we have it.
If we're not gonna sacrifice the goat that way, I'll just sacrifice it for rations. I've
Okay.
disassociated from this goat completely.
Okay.
All right, we all ready? Do we want to do like non-detection on us or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
fine.
worth it. Just pop a wand spell. Isn't that thing recharged?
Yeah, yeah. I'll pop a wand.
God, it smells.
It just
Goat,
shit on the
if you-
floor.
If you keep this shit up, I'm just gonna sacrifice you right now for my dunge.
It's not gonna understand you, man.
Elena doesn't speak goat, probably.
Not all animals.
Shakes its head.
communicate.
Yeah, I'm not a ranger. I don't know that.
Anyway, let's get this shit done.
Okay.
Yes.
You all
Agreed.
kind of look at each other, look at the goat, who is named Breakfast.
It has no name.
It's lunch. Non-detection's up. Message Briarius. What the fuck does this do?
You guys need to knock the goat out.
As you message Briarius, say, what the fuck does this do?
Yep.
And, eventually responds, I know. You'll bring it to me sooner or later.
Okay.
I repeat what they say.
Oh, and they can't be trusted even further because they really don't know. Then, anyway,
No, he's probably lying. We already know that he deceives everybody.
so are you gonna do the goat thing or not?
I take out a dagger. I'm game if you are. We just need to tie him up.
I'm not game, but you seem really intent on doing this for some reason. So
It's the fastest way to figure out what it does.
Look, get out of the
Boy, I
way. My
just love
responsibility. And you shouldn't tarnish your shiny armor.
At least,
I got
at least
soap.
put a blindfold on the paladin.
To look away at the evil doing. All right, well, hold the goat.
I bind the goat in ropes. As far as I'm concerned, I've rationalized this as as a literal sacrificial lamb.
Here's the thing, though: if we can't fucking take it out of this goat,
I mean, the goat dies, and then we just have lunch.
okay, all right.
If we're not gonna waste the goat, I'm at least doing that. If the goat has to be killed, it's fine. I will utilize all of the goat. I will
Look.
eat goat for a week.
Just saying, I've done weirder things, but this is pretty up there.
do you not want to do it then?
No, just hold it. You ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna ready
Better than
the...
one of us doing it, honestly.
Yeah. I'll ready the tongue so that way I can just shove it into the goat's mouth and we'll see what happens. And
Okay.
attack the goat! Hopefully not get bit.
Make a medicine check.
The
And
skills
I'm
that
gonna
it
have
has.
Boom Crash and Amon make a animal handling check.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
You're putting
Okay.
up-
And I'm gonna have
Yeah.
Zumasu do a religion check.
What is... Oh, there's med. Nope.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
that goat is handled though.
That goat is handled. You have, Amon's got the horns down so it can't headbutt into Mao. Boom Crash is like grabbing it around its neck, like just, around its haunches and holding it in place. Mao is trying their best to get in there and open its mouth, but also cut its tongue off as it's shrieking in horror. Zumasu, as your idea kind of comes to realization, you also get a little realization that this is not kosher. You, as soon as like the bloody stunt happens and you hear the goat shrieking in pain from an inexperienced non-farmhand touch of tearing out an animal's innard.
Hey, if you're not castrating it, it's fine.
Okay, so you're saying the problem is it's not a farmhand.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I don't know how to tell you that you need to care about other living creatures. Zumasu.
This is why I'm doing this, to be like, no, we can't tarnish your perception anymore. You still have to be the good guy here.
Zumasu, you come to this realization and like you kind of turn away and you start to feel a little nauseous. You leave the apartment almost uncontrollably, unbeknownst of yourself, and close the door behind you so you can, like, cool down, just hearing the shrieks of the goat from behind the door.
Do you hear the goats, Clarice?
I am gonna eat goat sandwiches. We're gonna make full use of that.
I didn't realize that this is where animal meat comes from.
So guess who's gonna be a vegetarian real soon?
I would know that except I am a freak. I'm a trained
Okay.
All right, shoving the tongue in, trying to figure out what this does.
How to hunt and
Yeah.
shit.
Shoving the tongue in.
Finally, yeah, Mao makes an awful job of it, but eventually the goat's tongue does come out. And Mao
Shove it back
carefully
in.
shoves the new tongue back in. Almost like magic, it seals itself onto the stump where the goat's tongue once was.
I assume it
And
stops screaming now.
the goat does stop screaming.
Okay.
It sits down and looks at you all.
I mean, it is tied up, so I hope
Oh,
sitting down
Right, it
doesn't
was
mean...
tied. That's fine.
Yeah.
It stops moving. It stops struggling.
Yeah, it's relaxed.
It opens its mouth, and a female voice comes out. It sounds desperate and strained. I, Renee de Zemvir, promise my child to the Lord of Cania, the archdevil of the Eighth, to Mephistopheles, to be his holy vessel. In return, you must promise that Elijah will live, that you won't kill my husband, please! Please! And it
Jesus.
stops.
Can we like get a quote for quote of that? Because the names.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Sure. I'll put
Goat.
it-
How do you spell that name? Goat? Answer me, goat.
R-E.
So, the spell or the contract can only be fulfilled by either returning it back to the individual that originally made it or fulfilling the contract itself, right?
It can be broken if the person that made the contract, and the person that they made the contract with both agree to void it, or it can be voided if the tongue is returned to its owner and put back in their mouth.
Holy fuck.
I'm still trying to figure this. Okay, so
I think my mom's alive.
I know I am. No, I'm being.
You're a wonderful bird mom. I'm just Mao just kind of like walks over and just kind of like puts her head on your shoulders and like
I probably didn't hear the quote, so I came in now and just like, what's going on? The goat stopped screaming.
and repeating what it said.
Yeah. Boom Crash sort of holds you and is like,
I'm gonna say, like, don't relax just yet.
No,
Like,
I'm more pissed. She fucking
No,
sacrificed
this
her
is-
kid
this
for her
is-
husband?
This is trying to anchor in time of tumult. This is.
Wait. So you're saying you're the child of Renee Desimir and you would be the vessel?
I don't know about that part. I mean, there was weird things from the scarred one and those visions, something about a vessel. But I didn't know my parents.
Wait, but
Yeah.
you said that was your parents' name.
It's,
Right.
No, I don't know what their name is. I'm just, if I'm this person's kid, and the only way to break the spell, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's weird.
Like-
Boom Crash, you know her true name. Does she have a true last name? Does that confirm that?
No.
No, no.
Oh,
No.
okay.
A true surname?
True-
maiden
true middle
name?
Yeah, it's her maiden name.
No, I don't think it works like that.
They
So
wanted
then,
me to bring this thing, or Briareus wanted me to bring this to him. He said that I would bring it to him either way.
Mhm.
The only reason why I would bring this back is either figure out what the fuck it was, or because they know exactly what happened to my parents in that whole debacle. Oh, holy shit. I thought they died in the fire, but okay, never mind. I don't remember much, but there's like snippets, and the Briareus has definitely been trying to show me things. I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
Who's Elijah then?
I don't know. A husband? So I'm assuming boyfriend, dad, something? I don't know.
Do you want to bug Briareus about any of the names or no?
I don't. I don't
Now-
trust him.
Now, do you want to make an insight check?
Sure.
Never say no to a free insight check.
I didn't know what I was gonna do with that insight check.
We never come up, or we've never heard the name
You have never
Desenvir?
heard either of these names before in your life.
Okay.
But assuming your assumptions and putting together the vessel that Briareus had mentioned in your visions, with the lady, get her name, and like pairing it with this, if that assumption is to be believed, then you're a tiefling. One of those parents is a devil.
Oh.
And you have ancient memories of your mother.
A woman with long black hair. That's it,
Yeah.
though. That was like so long ago.
Wait a minute. So does this? Okay, so Chris, I just want to understand your marital status or procreation
Oh,
aspect.
I'm technically just dating. We're not married or anything.
Well, anyway, tieflings.
If you're offering.
Are you saying the tiefling, the way the tiefling thing with your dwarf bullshit sort of thing? So tieflings only work if some mortal had devil blood or demon blood related, but it has to be direct.
A tiefling is only born if it's direct, or through direct meddling from a fiend.
So
Okay.
Elijah might not actually be the parent. It would be the eighth archdevil of the eighth then, right? Is what this would imply.
Well, the Archdevil of the Eighth is Mephistopheles.
I mean, not to add a horrible layer to this, but you won't kill my husband.
Yeah. Also,
So
here's my child.
Yes,
I promised
no, that's what
to
I'm.
the fucking Archdevil of Mephistopheles. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who these people are. The fact that
Yeah.
I've been promised is what's like, what? Excuse me?
And this is the tongue of Desamir then. So to stop this contract, you'd have to find this person anyway, or at least the body.
The person or promise my child to the Lord of Kenya, but promise in what way?
To be a vessel.
To be his holy vessel.
The sad, unfortunate situation seems to be that your mother was cornered to give up her child, which she not necessarily wanted under the circumstances.
I don't know. She obviously cared about one more than the other.
I don't know what a bus is, but you got thrown underneath one.
I'm gonna kind of like try and like put a hand on Mal's shoulder and just be like, look, it doesn't matter what happened in the past, but we're gonna try and fix this. You obviously know that this isn't ideal, but we can. There's definitely a way to solve this.
Yeah, it's called kicking somebody's ass.
indeed.
So, before we do that, what are we gonna do about this damn goat?
Yeah,
The
the goat's
goat-
still talking.
The goat, after repeating the contract a few times, it starts to cough, and then it throws up the tongue onto the ground, and then starts screaming again.
I'm just gonna hunter style be like, okay, I said I would. This is gonna be our rations for the next week, guys, and I'm gonna just as cleanly as I can try to kill it in one stroke.
Okay. You stab the thing in the back of the neck, and it falls limp.
All right. This is
And
gonna
with that,
take a
your
little.
goatee sacrifice is done, and I think this is probably where we're gonna have to pick it up next time.
Zumasu spends the next hour cutting this and prepping it and training it. Don't
Figuring it
touch
out.
this for another. Just don't touch this for another 12 hours. I didn't have to do the next step, guys.
Somebody
It's
put
gonna
down
be
some
really good.
tarp.
Well, if we have a basement, it might be fine, but I'm gonna need to
A
wash it
basement
afterwards.
in
I
the
need-
apartment?
It's definitely like a dirt floor or like a rough stone floor.
Shit. Well, this is why we have prestidigitation. I'm gonna need to have to go and buy a bunch of salt.
I can just cast prestidigitation like a million
Yeah.
fucking times.
Well,
Just
as
to
you
clean this
guys
up.
clean this goat, get some rations for the week, Boom Crash, you receive a sending spell.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that you guys killed the goat. What's that about?
It is
Uh,
Herschel.
Oh, hi Herschel, baby. What does he say?
Boom Crash, there's been a battle. You should come here soon.
Okay.
You can
Um,
respond to this message.
We'll be on our way. Hold fast and stay safe. Protect each other.
Right. That, we will pick it up next time to see what exactly happened at Galestone while you guys were at the gala. So, thank you very much for watching. Watch this stream every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time, and you can watch our sister stream on Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. You can buy my books on DriveThruRPG and on the DMs Guild, and you can support me on Patreon if you so choose. I'm going to try and get these assets up at some point. But yeah, check that out, and check us out as we figure out what this all means. A lot of revelations today. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a good week.
Ah.
Don't sacrifice any goats until, you know,
My God,
to.
Zuzu, that was so fucked up.